let's double check that. Hey, guess what? It's. I think it's streaming. Yeah, there we go. Hello, people on YouTube, as you're the first ones to see this. We'll minimize that. And we'll go to Twitch, which is different OBS. And I hate when your mouse gets trapped behind a window. Go live. Yep, Ponytown stream with Alen. How do you spell Draconequus?
Hey.
How do you? Okay, D-R-A-C-O-N. How do you spell the rest of it?
C-O-N-E-Q-U-U-S.
Okay, Ponytown stream with Alen the Decepticon. Alen the Decepticon. Okay. Yep, that is on there. Ponytown official. Yep. Yep.
I'll fix it.
Are you sure you want to stream? I am pretty dang sure. I want to stream. Are you sure you want to stream? Alen?
Yes, I'm sure.
Alright. And stream. Hello there, other people. Hello. Hello. Go away! OBS. Oh. Stop it. OBS was being mean. Yes, I do have a picture of Starlight as my wallpaper. She is one of Best Pwn. She is not Best Pwn because that would be Chrysalis in Alan's opinion. But in my opinion, that is Adagio. And I don't know if Alen is here yet. I'm going to go check on him.
I am on the game, yes.
Okay, Alen. Alen, hello. Hello, Alen. Where are you, Alen? Alen.
Send me a party invite and we'll go to your island.
Alen. I will send you the party invite, Alen. Oh, Alen. Oh, Alen, yes. Invite to my party. Yes, Alen. Alen, hello. I see you there. Alen, come here. Alen. Alen, come here.
Hello.
Come here, Alen. Alen. Alen, hello. Hey, Alen. Alen, come here. Come here, Alen. The boop.
The boop.
The boop, Alen. The boop. The boop, Alen. Oh, look at all the Anon videos. They're so cute.
Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 this time.
There was like a decent amount last night at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, the non-Phillies just love to hang out here. That's all they like to do.
Alright, today, Alen, what are we doing? We're on Ponytown, but why?
Today's podcast.
Oh, today is... Oh, fuck, I went backwards. Alen, I fucked up big. Alen, this is not okay. So, who wants to work on... Should we both work on the inside and then switch to the outside?
You would have to give me permission. You would have to give me permission.
Okay, well, I give you permission. How do I give you permission?
Go to... click on my icon on the left screen and then say... give permission so-and-so to, like, build and stuff. Because otherwise I won't be able to
edit locked map, yes. Remove members, yes, Alen, you can.
Alrighty, here we go.
Lock and unlock map. Save map, load map. Manage permissions, Alen. Give
You
all
already gave me
permission.
permission.
I gave you all permissions to join.
The recording's going to be outside or inside?
It will be inside because I don't know if you know this, Alen. I don't know if you know. Alen!
Hmm?
I don't know if you know this, Alan. But it is a bitch to record outside.
Yeah, true. Alright, that's cool.
You get to work, and I will start.
On the outside?
No, I'm sharing the stream. You know, we gotta have people follow us. Oh yeah, my computer, my laptop's dead, huh? Fuck. Fuck me in my asshole, Alan. Alan, my asshole. Where the fuck is my shit? YouTube. And Twitch. Yeah, I watched our stream last night before going to bed.
And
That was interesting. No, stop it. Blazing Beats. I have 83 subscribers. We're getting there. YouTube channel. Videos. Share. Copy link. Alan. Alan, are you there?
I'm there. I'm here.
That was.
I'm just in the middle.
Oh my god! Everyone is like bugging me on Discord.
Really?
Yeah, I'll go drop this one into the general on the premium. And then drop it in to here. Then go to Twitch real quick. Ew, excuse me. Twitch. Tails the Scout is also streaming.
Hey.
How interesting, Alan.
Hmm?
Hello.
I'm here.
Do you like
You know I'm
streaming? Oh my god, it's so loud.
Hey.
Oh my god, stop it. Shush. Shush, Twitch. Shush. Oh, Alan. Oh, Alan. Your mane. It exasperates me so.
Oh, how quaint.
Alan, do you want to read a book with me? What the fuck am I doing?
I have no clue what you're doing. I think you're trying to do something. I have no clue.
I'm doing a bit, but I don't know what bit. Alan.
I have no clue either, and I'm concerned for your sanity.
Alan.
Mm-hmm.
I love you so.
Oh.
No, on that one. Send, my child. Is this the right server? I don't know. I think this is the right server. No, this is the wrong server. Fucking goddamn it, I did that twice. Copy link. Oh, Alan. Discord will be notified. Discord will be notified, Alan.
Will they be notified of the deeds we are doing?
Oh, Alan. They will know soon enough, Alan. What the absolute fuck?
I have no clue.
Alright. That is Discord
I
time.
swear, sometimes I think you're drunk.
Sometimes you think I'm what? What you talking
You're
about, boy?
drunk.
Nah, I'm awake and I'm not drunk. Counter to shit.
I made a little seating area for our podcast in the house. And I also set like a bunch of a couch and stuff for the podcast area. It's a smaller area.
Oh,
because I thought it's to be fair, I didn't want to decorate your whole house, so I just did like a little small area for the podcast.
Oh, Alan, we will see. Oh my god, I have to fucking capitalize your name or it won't pop up. Okay, there's that. Okay, one more and then I'll be good.
Alright.
Because I have to do it for YouTube as well. YouTube in your boob. YouTube in your boob. YouTube in your boob. I got a YouTube in your boob. Tweet. Alright, Alan. Alan. Are you there? Alan.
Yeah,
I'm calling into the darkness. Here. Summoning you. What the fuck is my problem today?
I have no clue what your problem is today. It's just creepy. It's just creepy. Funny, but creepy.
Alright, Alan. Oh my god, hearing it like on the actual fucking stream is so weird. I want my media down, Alan. My media shall not be up. Is that alright with you, Alan? Alan. I don't want to hear what I am saying, Alan. Alright, Alan, we have YouTube on stream, or we have YouTube going. I don't know why, but it is, Alan. Alright, I gotta stop doing that voice or I'll get stuck doing it.
Yeah, please, if you would, stop.
Oh my. Oh
there it is again.
How delightful. I like this.
Said you would.
I said I like this chair. Alan, did you put this here?
No, you put it there.
I know, that's why I like
that middle part.
This is the podcast area, Alan. Is this the podcast area now, Alan? Is this it?
This is it.
Okay, Alan, where's the table? Where do we put our mics, Alan? Alan, where are the mics going?
I have no clue where the mic. Oh wait, hold on. I got an idea.
Alan, I am enraged. I am enraged, Alan. Where are my mics?
I got them right here. They're right. It's right next to your seat, right here.
Oh, this is my area.
Yeah.
All right, Alan. I'm pleased. Just what the fuck?
What are you doing?
I do not know, Alan, but it makes me laugh. Silly games, Alan. Silly games. Silly games. So should I just wreck the fireplace and the bookshelf area?
That's up to you. You want to get rid of it?
Yeah, I mean if we're already working with something like that, yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
We should.
And let me go ahead and go to floor. Boop. Boop. And boop. Done. It looks like it was never there.
Yes, Alan. I can see that. Oh, Alan. You please me so. That is not what I want, Alan. How do I, Is this how I do it? Nope. Alan, how do I move?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there is a... How the fuck do I, like, switch more? Where's the... Oh, there's the bar. I found the bar. Oh, Alan. Oh, Alan. That is not what I want, Alan. This is what I want. Carpet. I want carpet, Alan.
You want carpet? What kind of carpet?
I want carpet.
What color carpet?
I want a big carpet.
What kind of color carpet?
I want purple and yellow, just like my colors on my mane, Alan. Alan, you should know this!
Alright, give me just a second. Do you want it in stripes or do you want it in like a checker pattern?
Ooh, stripes, Alan, stripes.
Alright.
Nature, Alan. Nature is your friend. What the fuck am I doing?
I have no clue, but it gets creepier and creepier every time you do it.
Oh, Alan. Oh. You hurt me so, Alan. You hurt
You
me
heard me
so.
with that voice. It's creepy.
Alan, this is my voice. How could you say that, Alan? We need a kitchen. We need a space to make snacks, Alan. Do you want a fireplace that is lit or unlit?
I got an idea.
What is your idea? What is your idea, Alan? Alan, speak to me. That is just like what the absolute fuck levels of I hate my life.
Yeah, concerned noises, please. This man seems to be broke.
Alan, I want my fireplace. Can you remove that fireplace, Alan? I know this is a fire hazard, Alan, but it looks nice. Look at that, Alan. Look at that. It makes me happy.
If you want that gone, I'll go ahead and make an actual oven.
How do I get rid of this item, Alan? It will not leave.
You need to click the X button, but I got rid of it for you.
Oh, alright, Alan. Alan, you are taking up space of the fireplace, Alan. Okay, Alan. Here we go. Let me... Alan. Alan, my fireplace is gone, Alan.
You hit it with the X. You want me to put it back?
Yes, Alan, put it back, please. Alan, you are better at this. I will just be the interior decorator. Alan. Alan, it is too far. Alan. Alan.
Where do you want me to put it?
I want you to put it right here. Thank you, Alan. That pleases me. Yes, I will just be the...
Sorry, Morgan Freeman, where do you want Morgan Freeman?
Oh my god. Hold on. We should make that one day and just do Alan, the Morgan Freeman voice. Where the fuck is my drop item? There's drop item. Alan. 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 Where are you, Alan? Alan. Alan.
I'm in the bucket.
Alan. Alan. Alan.
Yes.
I am the Batman.
What the fuck?
Have you never seen Batman, the one with Bane?
Yeah.
I am the Batman. You know, because he takes over Batman's voice, life, whatever thing, while he's in Serbia or what the fuck ever. I don't know. You know more about fucking DC than I do. Alan.
You were doing a bit, so I didn't contradict.
Alan.
Yes.
You please me.
Stop that. Please, by now we are doing the podcast. Stop doing that voice.
But it's
so bloody weird.
It's fun to do it, Alan. Your name is fun to say. Do not blame me. Do not blame me for your misdeeds, Alan. Because, Alan, because you're my little pony.
Oh God! Really?
Okay, I'll stop.
You said that 4 times already.
I will try my hardest not to do it again. Is that better?
Okay. Yes, please do. Oh God. It's just getting out of the fun.
Alan, there is a wall here, Alan. Alan, I cannot get to my munchies. I need my munchies, Alan. There is fire! Alan. This is a fire hazard. This is a fire hazard. I'm touching the fire.
Have you seen an old style kitchen?
No, I have not, Alan. That was not the voice. That was close to the voice. It wasn't the voice, though. Alan. It is dark, Alan. Alan. I moaned your name. Just like your girlfriend wanted to, but she couldn't because she couldn't speak because she was deaf. Dumb? Mute. Mute. That's it. Mute. Your girlfriend was mute.
I dated a mute chick once.
How was that? Sounds interesting.
It is. You have to learn sign language in order to understand what she's saying.
ASL or SSL? Get it? Because Scottish sign language?
Yeah.
Don't you guys speak English down in Scotland?
Some do. Not everyone speaks English.
What do you...
To be fair, if I would speak Scottish in the podcast, you'd be like, what the bloody hell are you talking?
Like, does it at least use English words?
Depends on where you go. That really does.
Or do you just speak like fucking Celtic?
Yeah, Celtic mostly. Sometimes there's Greek Celtic, and then there's regular Celtic. It depends on where you go in Scotland.
Alan, I just have one word for you. 3 words. 3 words. 3 words, Alan. I'm stuck in the table. Alan, 3 words. What the fuck?
Alright, can we get to the actual podcast questions?
Alright. Is chat ready for podcasting for us to stop dicking around? I don't know, chat, are you? Is anyone even watching? I don't fucking know. Let me see. Let me go see real quick if anyone's even watching. Okay, let's see. Nope, no one's watching on YouTube. Why am I even watching it on YouTube? It's probably too fucking early for people. Doesn't matter. How about Twitch? That's an interesting one to go see. Is anyone watching it on Twitch? I don't know. I don't know how to tell either. I would say dashboard. No. I would say no. But whatever. It does not matter. Yes, we can get to the actual questions. I'll just have fucking YouTube running in the background. Just so I can, like, make sure it doesn't, like, stutter the fuck out. No one is in, but who cares? I don't. Do you care, Alan? Oh, there is one person. Hello, Starlight Glimmer. Hello. Hello. This is Ponytown. I don't know if you've ever been to one of our Ponytown streams before. They get pretty wild.
Alright.
I am the one who usually fucks up and says really weird shit.
He is. He usually is the one that messes up.
Fuck you.
A lot.
Fuck you. Okay, Alan, get the fucking thing out of your face so that way you can hear. That way the mic can pick you up. Oh, Alan, you please me so.
Stop that! You told me you would stop.
Okay, let's move on. What is our first topic?
Alright. Alright, our first topic is, what exactly is the Tree of Harmony?
That is an interesting question. I don't think they tried to make it seem like it was this giant thing, like this. It was this really important plot point in the show.
Oh yeah, it's the same thing in the comics. They said that it's a very big,
Yeah, like they tried to make it this whole big thing in the show.
But in reality, it was just basically emotions in the crystal format.
Yeah, it was like it was essentially just a really minor plot point.
Yeah, which to be fair,
what was that? Season 5, season 6? That was a big that was a big part.
Yeah, and how many episodes has it actually popped in?
I roughly would think 6 to 7. Because let's see, there's
if something so important was to be like that, they had to have it in more episodes, or at least.
Yeah, because look at how what was it? Look how many episodes Discord took.
Exactly.
And he was actually a pretty big plot point.
True. But the thing is about the Tree of Harmony is that it's just emotions as crystals, and
yeah, but if you remember, if you remember back, you remember when Discord was being an asshole and planted the seeds that turned into the evil vine motherfucker things. It said that the Tree of Harmony was protecting Ponyville or whatever from those chaos tendrils. But later on, you see it just not doing fucking anything. It's like it is useless. All it seriously does is just give Twilight a new castle.
Didn't they mention the tree was dying?
Yeah, they were like, yeah, the tree's dying, and we need to sacrifice the elements to bring it back. And then what happens? It didn't fucking do anything. It was just there.
Yeah, that's kind of sad, really.
Because I thought they would have been like, oh yeah, it's related to the elements and the harmony, as in being like an ancient powerful
deity or something.
Well, not even deity, just like artifact.
Yeah. Also, sit your butt down. No one wants to see your flank.
Lots of people want to see my flank. I want to see my flank. Here. You want to see how many people want to see my flank? That's how many. Oh yeah. Got them knee high socks on.
Oh, man. Alright. But, yeah, like, the Tree of Harmony itself would have been a lot better if it,
I wish they fleshed out the story of the Tree of Harmony a lot more.
Yeah. If they emphasized on its protection powers, I feel like it would have been a lot better of a series.
Yeah, definitely. Because that could have been its like own season. Like they tried to make it its own season, but it really didn't pan out the way they like tried to make it pan out.
True, but to be fair, they get the creators of this show got rushed by Hasbro because of time consumption.
And didn't Lauren Foss leave about that time too?
I can't hear your audio.
Oh my god, again.
Turn your mic off and on, see if that works.
Your mom's Tree of Harmony. We are having technical difficulties. We will be right back. I don't have a technical difficulties thing popping up, so I'm sorry. I don't want to make the noise for it either. Alen.
Kinda.
Alen. Can you hear me, Alen?
Didn't you tell me you would stop that?
I wanted to make sure you were there.
I'm here. I'm obviously here. I don't know about you.
Oh, Alen. You wound me so.
You're not here, or you're mentally here.
Mentally here? No, I'm not.
Not so.
Starlight Glimmer was in the chat at one point, so say hello to Starlight Glimmer.
Hello, Starlight.
That's pretty much all I have to say on that topic. Yeah, Tree of Harmony shit.
Yeah, it's a plus that they did it dirty, even though they made it as they set it as to be a really big plot point.
And you've read a lot of the comics, right?
Yeah, I'd have.
How big of a impact did it have in the comic books?
Not really as much as the series, but it still got a better,
It still got a better rep.
It was still a lot better rep, yeah. They emphasized on its protection powers, and they showed a flashback to.
Okay,
show,
that being said, did it take place mostly in the Friendship is Magic series, or did it take place in Ponytails, or because I know they have subgenres. Because I love Ponytails. Ponytails is just so adorable.
Once in each one of them, at the very least.
Okay, so each subgenre at least a little bit.
Yeah, at least a little bit. They
right.
emphasize it or talk about it and stuff like that.
Starlight says hi.
Comic series than it did in the movie series.
Yeah, Starlight was back and said hello. I will text her hello. From me and Alen. There you go. Alright. We don't have to worry now. Yeah, this is why I keep YouTube up, is I just can read the chat. So, yeah, that's interesting that it got at least a little bit better of a rap in the comic books.
It's true, yeah. At least it did. A little bit better. Not as much as you would think by a good amount, but it did get a somewhat better wrap up than it did in the series, the TV series. And yeah, and I wish it did get a better wrap up in the TV series. In all honesty,
I do too, because it's a big plot hole, essentially. Alan, get the hammer out of your mouth. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm a building bone. I forget the lights.
Are you still building?
I was for a little bit.
God damn you, Alan.
So yeah, the Tree of Harmony. It was better in the comics.
I'm gonna go get a snack. Do you want a snack?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna go get a snack. Do we have snacks down?
Snacks are out on the table. I set the ones for the podcast at the table.
Why don't we eat over here then? Why don't we do the podcast over here then? If there's snacks over here. No, you put effort into your work. So I will keep it. I'll keep it there. This is snack table.
Yeah.
What all is there? I can see teacups and
There's some muffins. You want me to put more stuff over there?
Nah, it's okay. What one is the numb face? The num. The banana.
Well, you picked up the wrong thing.
What did I pick up?
A lantern.
That doesn't taste nummy. Tastes like iron.
Yeah.
That's a lantern again. Jesus! I wish, like, you could actually tell, like, it would hover, like, the name would hover over it.
Get the right side. Get the right side of the basket. There you go.
Num. Sorry, I'm kind of hungry, so.
Yeah.
So continue on.
Alright. But, in all honesty, my theory on the Tree of Harmony is that rather than it being like emotions, like it should have been like a, my theory is it would be better if it was an entity that was physically there. An entity that, they emphasized on that a little bit, but they should have emphasized that on more. Like an entity that can think.
Apparently, Starlight is on Ponytown.
Hey, Starlight. Okay.
Oh my God, she is. Starlight, who'd you fucking, whatever. All right, Starlight, Starlight, you can come join us if you so choose. I guess open profile. Oh, what? I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. Ponytown is freaking out.
I think it's because you got so many things open. Give it a second. It's a wonder because I got the crappy computer.
Shut up. Well, it showed Starlight was in, like, our party, well, in our friends, but it, like, then disappeared. So I don't know what's going on. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter in the end. So, yeah, you were saying about the Tree of Harmony.
Alright, well, they emphasized a tiny bit, a very, very small portion, and they even did it on the series.
Mm-hmm.
Where the new 6 helped the Tree of Harmony again, and this time they thought it had like feelings, and they were kind of right. The writers of the books and the series emphasized a tiny portion of it, showing that the creature, the Tree of Harmony, or said Tree of Harmony, could have been a creature or a sentient being.
That is strange. That is strange.
Yeah, I thought it was strange when I first saw it too. That's another reason why I said you should watch season 9, because it emphasizes on that. It's very interesting.
You know my opinions on season 9 though.
Yeah, I know your opinions, but you have no base for those opinions.
I do, because look how bad season 8 turned out to be.
That's season 8, not season 9.
That, and I don't like I've seen a bit of how they end things, and I don't like it. Like, I've seen Starlight, and what the hell? They give Twilight a new student, and then just end the series.
Yeah, I feel like they should have emphasized. Well, to be fair, they got forced in ending it. So, yeah.
Because herder people want 3D. It's like, shut your face. Just shut your face before I shut it for you.
Hey, to be fair, that 3D series and that Pony Life series did bring in new bronies. So, hello to
Pony Life is trash, and you know that.
Hey. To be fair, you're not wrong, but to be fair, it brought in new fans, and if that wasn't the case, we would have been a fan.
We're still, we are, even with G4 being ended, we're still a growing fandom.
True, but to be fair, I feel like it is not that bad, because it turns out there's a lot of fans out there and a lot of people out there who didn't even consider the show, but consider it later because of the new stuff.
So you've seen Pony Life, right?
Yeah, I have.
How bad is it?
Not as bad as you would think it is, but I agree it's way worse than G4.
Let me ask you one question. One question. Is it worth my time?
It's worth a little bit of time, not gonna lie. It's very interesting, very entertaining, a little bit childish, but it actually emphasizes on ships and some theories from the G4 series.
All right, I'll give it a look through.
Yeah, I highly recommend at least a look through. You don't have to like watch the whole thing because, like I did. And in all honesty, they emphasized like a few fan theories and stuff like that. They did that because they wanted to like help ease the season 9 ending. You know, they wanted to help ease that.
So it's just kind of tied into season 9 ending.
Kinda. They wanted to emphasize on the characters and development of characters. They wanted to show what would happen if it was modernized and stuff like that. They wanted to show a few things here and there, and I feel like some fans get that.
Another thing that really turned me off from that was the art style. It just...
yeah, sure. Don't get it wrong. The art style is trash. But to be fair, the plot points in the series are what kept me going.
That, like, seriously, it'd have to be one of those shows. Or I don't watch it, I have to listen to it.
It's like Ren and Stimpy, if you've ever watched that.
It looks like one of those new really trash shows that they have on Nickelodeon or like, Nickelodeon.
Oh, yeah, I hate what they're coming out with nowadays.
Yeah, it's... I remember when cartoons were good.
They come out with good ones, and then they come out with bad ones, and then they come out with more good ones, and then they come out with more bad ones. What's up with that?
Why can't we just have good ones?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, it gave me a very, like, what's the one with the fucking... Not clearance vibe. It just didn't sit with me well.
Yeah. TV shows get watchers before they're even posted on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. It's like a drug test thing where people test drugs on stuff, or people. And it's because of stuff like that. That's what they kind of do. They go ahead and go into a room. They show them the show, and then the people who watch it tell them their opinion, what their thoughts are. Yeah. So that means every single person, there's at least one person out there who's probably watched an entire series before anyone could have.
Still, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Don't get me wrong. The jokes and the plot points sometimes don't make sense, but if you watch it, there's certain areas and talkative pieces in the show that they kind of emphasize on.
All right. Okay.
That being, give everything a chance.
What about the new animated series on like Netflix? What about that one?
What new animated series?
The 3D one.
You mean the new ones that's going to be coming out soon?
Yeah, well, I've been told different things, like, oh, it's already out, or, oh, it's coming in September. I'm like, well, I'll just wait and see what Hasbro actually says.
Yeah,
but yeah, the one that I distaste so fucking much. Like, I detest it more than, Ponytown. Sorry, not Ponytown, Pony Life.
Pony Life, you mean. Anyway. Yeah, I could see that, don't get me wrong, but as a guy who did 3D animation, I gotta give them credit where credit is due, because that shit's hard.
I want to do 3D animation too, and trust me, I understand how hard it is, but you couldn't have gone with a more, like, a better, like, design.
They tried to get it as close to G4 style-esque as possible.
Just go hire SFM modelers. That's all you have to do.
Well, yeah, but they didn't want to hire their words, not mine, hire newbies or people who have not worked in the industry officially before.
That's retarded. Because then they hire, like, voice actors and shit.
Yeah, they hired some of the same voice actors from G4.
That irritates me. Hasbro's been on a downhill recently.
Oh yeah. Did you know they replaced they used Big Macintosh's voice actor for Discord in the Pony Life series? It's not bad, but they could have done better with him. To be fair, the person who played Discord did not want anything to do with Discord after G4.
I don't blame him. I do not blame him.
Agreed.
Because I am a very G4 centric. Like, that is like the creme de la creme. It is what started all of this. Well, I mean, what was it, the 1984 series? Started all of it, but still. Lauren Foss did an amazing job in revamping it.
Correct.
As both a writer and the director on the show. She did good.
Yeah. Lauren Foss was really good at the beginning of the series. I love the fact that some fans have made her the mother of the series.
Mm-hmm. Well, essentially, in my opinion, she kind of is.
Yeah. Your character's asleep, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, I was dozing off. Ponytown puts me to sleep. Not Ponytown, Pony Life. Pony Life puts me to sleep.
Well, anyway, let's go to another topic, because we just switched from, like, the ponies in general. Let's go ahead and start off with, like, a theory on what would happen if our food economy ideas was set into Equestria.
Like, elaborate on that for a little bit, just for chat, because I know some people in chat, not me at all, don't know what that is.
Well, essentially, the food economy is basically all our industries that we know and love in our world, such as, like, McDonald's, Taco Bell,
Coca-Cola,
like
cocaine,
like fast food places, heavy places like Crab's Barn or stuff like that. Big industries and stuff like that. And the main question is, what would ponies that value life over everything react to meat based restaurants like such as those? But
I mean, look at the Griffin Country. Look at the Griffin Country.
True. I know, but also there's some ponies that eat meat. If you paid attention to the series, that they have eaten burgers with meat in them and have had fish and stuff like that and eggs. So that means, and the thing is, regular horses do the exact same thing. They'll eat about anything.
They're pretty much they're omnivores.
Correct.
They just prefer
prefer veggies, of course, but they are omnivorous. I
don't think it would be a huge big deal. It would be a moderate deal, but it wouldn't be, like, catastrophic.
A moment, for sure.
Like, would we, like, phase it in slowly, or we just drop it on them all at once?
That's the big question. Would it be better if it was all at once, or slowly integrated? Because there's long-term effects and short-term effects.
I think, personally, if you phased it in slowly, it'd be better for, like, the long-term.
Maybe. But I feel like the restaurateurs and the food economy that we have, if they had the idea and audacity to broaden their horizons to more customers...
Oh, yeah, they would just drop it all at once, because they're capitalistic pigs.
I mean, yeah, that like, this part of this theory is, like, what would they do in this scenario? And it's more likely they would drop it all in once.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know how the ponies would react, because there'd be definitely some mixed reactions.
Yeah, especially for the Griffin Kingdom, the Changeling Kingdom, and everything like that, because they eat meat.
I think that would be more akin to. There's a really good close bonds. The writer Sneaky did a really good kind of like idea pitch with this.
Someone of all times, my doorbell just rang. I'll be right back.
All right. Don't worry, dude. It's chill. All right, then I guess I'm leading the way for a little bit. Fun. Yeah. Hello. Hi. Alan will be back shortly. He's not here. He can't. He cannot deny my boops. What time is it? It is a time. It is 1:13. 1:13 here. Oh, thank you, Starlight Glimmer, for subscribing. That helps me a lot, and it helps Alan a lot. So we appreciate it.
Okay.
So I was just looking through the my notifications on shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we got a new subscriber.
All right.
Yeah, Starlight Glimmer subscribed.
Well, thank you for joining us, Starlight.
And I was like, thank you. This helps me and both Alan out. So we appreciate your subscription. If you would like to join Discord, please just let me know, and we will get that to you. It is.
All right, back to the podcast.
Your face is a podcast. What are you eating?
I'll have a little candy bar.
Oh. What
Anyway.
brand? What brand?
It's a better nut bar.
Never heard of those. Have you ever had a
They're
100? Have you ever had a 100 grand bar?
I have. They're all right.
I like them.
All right. So, what would the ponies think? Now, obviously, like the median races or the races that are used to meat would be relatively.
I think they would
unfazed.
be relatively like overall like happy with the decision, because that way they have more accessibility, and it's. Hold on, start just Oh, they're already in my Discord. That's probably Luna. Is that you, Luna? You're probably Luna. I'm putting a good bet that that's Luna. What about you?
I don't know. Let's just continue with the podcast.
Yeah, I think it would be. I think overall they would be pretty accepting of it.
Maybe. Though I feel like a local Pegasus wouldn't be so happy with it.
I don't know, because they do have things like you were saying, hamburgers.
Well, I wasn't talking about Berkshire. I was talking about Applejack. Not Applejack. Rainbow Dash. Because Rainbow Dash is a full-on vegetarian if you paid attention to her.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, just like overall, but they kind of have phased things. Yeah, it's Luna. They have phased things in like that. Like they do have carrot dogs, which are hot dogs with carrots, or hay burgers. So I mean, they would probably have a vegetarian like. Yeah. So it wouldn't be overall that bad. But it would still be. I think it would still cause like at least a few riots or upstandings.
Mostly with the food industries and already in Equestria for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like the farm and Applejack's place, or the cherry farm, the pear farm, and so on. The farms that are already on there who sell the goods and stuff.
They have essentially at least Applejack has a monopoly on shit like that in Ponyville.
Correct.
And Cherry Jubilee
the
asshole she is has more of a monopoly on Appaloosa and Dodge Junction. Yes, I remember the name.
Glad you did.
But yeah, they do have more of a monopoly on that sort of style than like we do here in our world. Like, it's not exactly a monopoly. We do have to fight. There is competition.
True. But what about restaurants that are not localized in the U.S., like places that sell haggis, places that sell, like, very obscured meat, exotic places like Japan, China, stuff people would fix in Australia, stuff like that, places like that. How would those kind of restaurants would be integrated in the question?
I think, there's one big answer for you, and it's been kind of mentioned in the show. What is the equivalent to, like,
those places?
Yeah, what is the equivalent to those places? There's only one place that sticks out to me like that. That is centralized enough. There's one, okay, but it's centralized enough where everyone can kind of go to it.
Yeah. So I feel like there's places like that in the comics, and then there's places like that in the show that if you paid attention or...
I know, but there's one major city I'm thinking of.
Manhattan.
No. You're close, though. Manhattan would have a little bit of that, but not, like, over-exorbitant amount. The place I am thinking of is just like its real world counterpart, where it has all these exotic places. It has exotic shows. You can go. It is a hella amazing place to go to. In our world, it's named the City of Sin.
You mean New York?
No, I mean Las Vegas.
What happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas.
Exactly. Yeah. And what is the MLP equivalent to Las Vegas? It is Las Pegasus. And they would have all of those places kind of centralized in one city that you can go and get shit like that.
Yeah, but I feel like even a city like that would be a little bit trying to be careful of what they get.
A little bit, very little bit though.
Yeah, but they still want customers. So
oh yeah, well they would still get customers.
Yeah.
Because look even during the pandemic, look how big Las Vegas was. They still got drawn in thousands upon thousands of people.
Well, yeah, it's Las Vegas, and
yeah, and it's the same thing for Las Pegasus. It is Las Pegasus.
Yeah.
You go there, you get fucked up, you come back.
Yeah, and the saying goes, whatever happens in Las Pegasus or Las Vegas stays in Las Pegasus and Las Vegas.
Yeah, it is essentially the equivalent to Las Vegas, where you can go get really fucking unique food there. You can go to all these different stores.
I've been to Vegas.
So have I. I used to go every year.
But the thing is, there's a few restaurants they do not have, and that's why I'm saying this, because there's a few.
But overall, Las Pegasus would probably be the biggest place to get that shit.
Yeah, it would be the biggest place, but that wouldn't be the place where to get like good localized, food from our world into the pony.
How do we even implement like a local like? Would we have, like, corner stores? Would we have, like, supermarkets?
Probably corner stores and supermarkets, because I feel like that would be more of the variety part of that. Okay.
That is a decent choice, because it would... Though, what would happen to all the stall ponies who, like, that's how they earn their money?
I feel like in certain towns that don't have stuff like that would still have stall ponies, but I feel like the stall ponies who get integrated with people who have like those big restaurants, because there's big restaurants at Ponyville, and there's still stall ponies like Applejack. I feel like if the small pony's more popular, they wouldn't have to worry. But if they're ones for the less popular ones, I feel like they would have to get more money and more bits in order to try and like do something like a little corner store.
Mm-hmm. Where it's more localized, it's more kind of like a what the hell are they called? Farmers market. They could also have like a farmers market thing.
Right. Yeah, I feel like they would do that too. But I feel like the grudge between all the farmer ponies would be a little bit jarring at first because I feel like people like Granny Smith and old pair, people like them, probably exist in all of the farmer pony, families. I feel like that would be.
Yeah, but if you bringing that up, there was good reason for that one.
Yeah, true. Not gonna lie.
That was more family related than competition related.
Yeah, but still.
Granted,
Applejack kind of pissed off Cherry, and Cherry pissed off Applejack, and they don't like each other. So I feel like they would still.
Oh yeah. There's always that kind of competition rivalry.
Yeah, and I feel like a farmer's market would integrate all of them closer. Sure, that would integrate all of them closer and it'd be a better idea for society. But would they do it mentally? Because
look at how like you were saying, Cherry and Applejack, they just put their differences aside for a little bit until the day is done.
Would they next to each other's stall? Would they?
I don't think they would be next to each other's stall. I think they would purposely choose different stalls.
Yeah, but if there was only two stalls places left, and there was the only two right next to each other, I feel like they'd be breaking it.
Maybe. Have you ever watched the comic dub based off of Cherry? Was it a comic dub or a fanfic that was based off of the where Applejack just breaks a stool over Cherry's head?
Yeah, that was a fanfic, yeah.
Yeah, that was funny as fuck.
But yeah, I feel like something like that would happen. By the way, Boo, wake up.
Sorry, you're putting me to sleep with your economics.
Nah, it's just that you're idle so long that you just turn asleep. Anywho, but yeah, I feel like that would be a great benefit to the Pony Society.
It would have in today it would have its draws and it would have its comebacks and draws and shit like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially for people like Cherry and Apple and for Old Pear and Mrs. Granny Smith. I feel like for people like them, it would be harder to integrate. But for people who are like normal society, would easily integrate.
Yeah, well. You watch Wooten, right?
Yeah, I've watched Wooten.
Have you seen his latest live stream? Well, not his latest live stream, but the one where he did the, it was like the supermarket one?
No.
Oh my god, it's funny as fuck. But, that one isn't really a good example, but it's funny nonetheless. You should go watch it. But it kind of implements something like that, but doesn't do it very seriously. It's more of a,
Why do you have a crowbar in your mouth?
'Cause I'm gonna break some faces.
I
don't know where the fucking crowbar where did the crowbar come from? Did you put down a crowbar?
Oh, there goes your audio again.
Oh my god. Technical difficulties, everyone.
There we go, that should be good.
Sorry for that. Discord is still somewhat an asshole.
Somewhat. I feel like it's its mic, but
I'm using my phone mic, so fuck you.
So am I, but mine hasn't messed up yet.
So you think. I just don't say it. Me. But yeah, it would be it'd be it'd be an interesting concept.
For sure, it would. I feel like it would be a lot easier to integrate people who know what they're doing rather than people who think they're doing something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. Ugh. Kind of stretch.
Yeah. I moved your mic a little bit closer to the center so that way you can face me when we do the podcast.
I am facing it well.
Yeah, I put your mic right there. Yeah, so that's a lot easier on you. Anywho,
I have a crowbar.
yeah, can you get that crowbar out of your mouth, please?
Why, are you scared?
No, because I know what it does.
What does it do?
It moves stuff.
Alright, well then. Happy?
Yes. Okay, anyway, our next topic will be on, I feel like would be on economics, basically on...
Oh
like,
god.
just a topic I'm thinking
I
of
feel
right
like
now.
I'm
I
in
feel
fucking college already.
What would happen if Celestia and Luna no longer, like, obviously they're no longer princesses, or like, what would happen if Twilight and Cadence didn't need to be princesses anymore? What if one of them was outvoted, like, in a society like in the U.S.? Like, how would that kind of society of a modern society establish itself into a medieval society?
Forcefully.
Yeah, very, but, like, I feel like, how would it be slowly integrated? So that way it's, like, normalized.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a tough one. I feel...
I think they would start doing small law changes at first.
Yeah.
Like, very, very subtle, then start moving up, and then, like, after they got kind of the laws done, they would switch the economy and currency, because bit is just basic, because what I remember a bit from the story and shit is a bit is technically the royal currency.
Yeah.
So they would have to kind of change that, or at least deface. Well, in the show, they're all defaced because, you know, like making those have all have like faces and shit on it would be stupid difficult for creators. But I would feel like they would have like the faces of the princesses, kind of like we have the faces of the presidents in the U.S. on coins.
Correct. Most coins in the medieval times had, like, either the face or the symbol of the kingdom.
Yeah. And being that it's no longer really a kingdom and it's more of a, what were you saying, more like a democracy?
Well, like a democracy or a society, a normal modern society.
Well, there wouldn't be a kingdom really anymore. So they'd have to change the currency or deface all of it.
Yeah, or they could try and do what England did. You remember?
No, because I give two shits about England.
Well, what England did was they kept their, they kept their medieval society ways, but they modernized them.
Mm-hmm.
They had more modern soldiers, they had more modern ways, but they always kept their queen.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, being that one's tough.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they would exactly go an England route. They might do a little bit of it, but not all of it.
I feel like at first they wouldn't want to change their princess or try and overthrow them. And if they did, I feel like a lot of them would still go to jail for it.
Yeah. And what would the religious laws be? Was another question.
Religion is another story. I feel like that topic was slightly put on in the series, but it was not even slightly hinted at that often.
It was hinted at, but not very often.
I feel like ponies in the pony world don't really pay attention to religion because they live with a goddess on a daily view.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Starlight was whispering to us.
Alright.
And I just barely looked at it, so. hold on. So I'm reading the.
Oh, lol, she whispered to me as well. They whispered to me, yeah, it's Luna.
Yeah. Well, at first it was Princess Celestia, then it was Princess Luna, then it was Starlight Glimmer.
Yeah, I feel like that's November Rain.
November Rain?
Oh, wait, Glimmer. Oh, no, wait, they're offline. Oh, wait, yeah, Luna and then Glimmer. So, I feel like...
They're the same person overall.
Yeah, same person. They're offline now. Sad.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Who is online?
No
one is so sorry.
Anyway, let's see here. Back to the podcast. I feel like they would try and do an England route, but if that didn't work, I feel like they would do an American route probably.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting concept to think about.
Yeah.
And that's all this podcast really is just like, hey, did you ever think about this?
Yeah. What do you think of, like, you said the religion topic, and I feel like because they live with modest all the...
We're bringing up the religion topic, eh?
Well, I mean, you're the one that brought it up first, so...
I brought it up in a way that is, like... It tied into the thing.
Yeah.
But to bring it up in its entirety is a whole different story because... Oof.
Let's just say, long story short, I feel like they wouldn't care about...
not too much. There would be those who do. Definitely, because look... Remember the, do you remember the Saddle Arabia episode?
Yeah, I do.
How they were, like, they were fucking mad at, Twilight, right? It was Twilight?
Yeah.
Yeah, for, like, almost effacing or whatever their religion.
Yeah.
It was something like that. I haven't watched that episode in, what season was that? 6, 7?
I think so. The Saddle Arabia episode is a good plot point to pull up because that makes sense. I feel like, yeah, just like Twilight would be. I feel like most ponies would act like what Twilight did and did not really care about human religion. Because I feel like human religions wouldn't transfer over as well.
Oh no, they would not. They would have virtually no meaning in Equestria.
Oh, for sure. And I feel like that would be the more bane of existence. Say like if a Christian was going to Equestria, he would have
like hardcore, like a hardcore Christian, not just standard Christian, hardcore. Oh, a Mormon going into Equestria.
Yeah, he or she would have a hard time coping with existence.
Yep, that would be an interesting... I kind of want to see that now, because I know they have, like... I know there's been references to the Nightmare Moon cult and shit like that, which is semi-religion, but not really.
Yeah, I feel like people who do, if they go into Equestria like that, and people like them, which... Yeah, they would have, like, I feel like the ponies and creatures would give 0 fucks to the people.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Oh, especially their concepts of, religion. I feel like that would also be, like, given 0 fucks as well.
Yeah, definitely. That one would be just like, oh, you believe in this? Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I feel like the ones that are seeking like praise or like people who like are down on their luck in Ponyville, I feel like those would be the only ponies who would give a damn.
Well, that's also circumstantial.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of Christianity too. They kind of patronize people who are down on their luck. Not saying everyone, and not saying every Christian does it, but with my past experiences, I have seen it multiple times.
Yeah, overall, I'm agnostic, so I'm waiting for, like, scientific proof. I'm not atheist, but, like, I want to see I want to see proof.
I'm an atheist because of the assholes I've seen in Christian culture. Yeah. It's not because of people, good people like the regular good people. No, it's because of the assholes in the Christian community. It's because of and I grew around those kind of people.
Yeah, because you grew up in, like,
really
the hardcore, like, Christian or Catholic Scotland.
Yeah.
Kind of society.
Yeah, most Scots, it's kind of half and half thing, actually. You're thinking of Ireland, actually. Ireland is the highly religious one. Scotland is a 50-50 kind of split. You got the people who are highly religious, and you got the people who highly just disagree with them and go to science.
Do you guys not have, like, a nice middle ground?
Yeah, we do, and that is that as long as you don't like be pessimistic or like piss off the other person, you could just just be integrated into like a middle ground. Though there's the hardcore people who only agree on science and only agree on terminology of magic and shit like that from like God or whatever. People like them. And so it's a 50-50 split basically, but then there's the middle ground. It's like the 1% middle ground.
And that brings me to another point. Overall, is look how many different quote unquote religious idols there could have been in Equestria.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
I feel like there probably was back in the old days.
Back when like Stonehoof and all that crap.
No, before then. I feel like back when Equestria and back when Celestia and Luna were like little kids.
Who is the one from season 8 with like the shovel?
That would be Rockhoof.
Yeah, back in his age, I think there would be like pretty big religion.
No, because Rockhoof was the soldier of Equestria. They were the original main 6, and I feel and like wars and stuff happened around that era. But I'm talking about like ancient Equestria.
Like even before Rockhoof.
Yeah, I feel like stuff like that has existed because like in the Daring Do episode, they showed a place where society integrated on stuff like temples and stuff. People like those kind of societies that existed would have like religiously like had something to do with gods and stuff like that. I feel like that would existed, but it died out.
The pre-Alcorn era.
Correct. I feel like pre-Luna and Celestia era.
Well, yeah, if you will remember the show, they kind of more or less founded like all of Equestria. Because look at the flag of Equestria. Look back on the play of the creation. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But in the books, they say, but before like Equestria was officially founded, there was. Are we talking
the novels, or are we talking comic books?
Both, because the novels and the comic books and the TV series all have something linked together, and they do emphasize this a little bit on the TV series. But
because I have all of the Daring Do books. I will admit I do own all of the Daring Do books. So
yeah. Okay, so in one of the Daring Do episodes, if you pay attention, she was in a temple with what was it? Daring Don't. The episode Daring Don't. Or Daring Did.
Daring
I
Don't.
Can't remember the title, but it was basically where Rainbow Dash and that guy, I can't remember his name, who didn't believe in Daring Do, and then Daring Do saves his ass. But in that episode, Daring Do was in a temple, and if you paid attention to the background and the walls and stuff, and like kind of what Daring Do kind of like slowly pointed at was that they kind of integrated together Pegasus, Unicorn, and Earth Pony all were in society at one point as well, and this was probably the official beginning to society in that manner of speaking. Where,
yeah, so it's like ancient, like what in our terminology, like the Mayans.
Yeah, the Mayan kind of era in Equestria would probably be the religion kind of era, but because I feel like stuff like ancient in our world, and
just
like,
barely getting out of like religion.
Yeah, because in those time eras, they kind of, if you pay attention, it shows other alicorns and stuff like that.
Yeah, and if you remember back in the day, the alicorn part. Sorry, I need to wake up again. If you remember what the fuck is it? What's her fucking name? What is her fucking name? Cadence's kid.
Yeah.
What's her fucking name?
That would be, Flurry Heart.
Yeah.
Little Flurry.
If you remember, back in the day, they said, being born in alicorn was extremely rare.
Yeah.
So,
and to be fair, Luna and Celestia were both shocked when it was an alicorn. Because they never seen like an alicorn being born from from a pony, a regular pony and an alicorn. But to be fair, they never seen a pony and an alicorn have a child before. And to be fair, in Luna and Celestia,
well, and that's another question: did Cadence was an alicorn most of the way through, right?
Correct.
So was she born in alicorn?
Alicorn physiology. So
was she born in alicorn?
No, she was holopedic. So Flurry Heart was born in alicorn.
Yeah,
she was. Celestia and Luna were born alicorns as well. But the thing is, their parents were also alicorns. So that made sense. But the thing is, because their parents were not, probably didn't tell them anything because they disappeared right when they were young. They had no idea. Celestia and Luna has no idea.
They were probably the only alicorns that they had ever seen.
Yeah, they don't.
And so therefore, the ponies probably realized them as kind of like gods.
Correct.
In a sense.
Yeah, and the thing is, and that's the thing. So there must have been more than one alicorn back in the day. There must have been like a shit ton of them. But then what happened? That's the main question.
Yeah, what happened to the alicorns?
Yeah. That makes sense because I feel like there's probably is more alicorns out there, but I feel like they were hunted, maybe, or they had a war because I think Luna slightly mentioned that, like in the series. To mention that there was
I think I remember something along the lines of an alicorn war.
Yeah, so that makes sense because alicorns are really strong beings, and yeah, and that makes sense.
And oh, man, I really wish they would elaborate on this shit. Because this is stuff that you could have completely implemented into the show, or at least the comic books. Or even the fucking novels, because aren't the novels considered canon?
Yeah, they are considered canon, actually.
Yeah, and novels would have been a very, very good place to just drop all this information.
Yeah, it's because Hasbro.
Well, everything's because Hasbro.
But, yeah. Because, they have the market for this stuff. And anything that comes out by them is canon considered, by the team who created the show and everything. So yeah. Anywho, my theory is that like the Mayan ponies and the Egyptian ponies and Saudi Arabian ponies, there must have been like alicorns for those areas that were considered gods, like Celestia and Luna are.
That, and if you remember the one with what the fuck is her name? The main six, the early six chick from Saudi Arabia.
It was based on Cleopatra, if I remember correctly.
But if you remember the Sphinx, because the Sphinx in Egyptian culture is a religious symbol.
Correct, it is, and that would make interesting. That would be interesting, and the Sphinx as a creature that would be considered religious in Ponyville, there's a subspecies known as a Sphinx pony. Mm-hmm. That would mean that. It's basically that. That means they're more subspecies.
Yeah, we just keep adding on to the subspecies category.
Yeah.
Though the Sphinx is fucking adorable.
Yeah, true. Don't get me wrong. But that also brings up another topic, and there was another species known as the orc ponies in Equestria, but they were taken out of the idea. Why was that? I haven't seen for it, but I want to ask you, why do you think they were taken out?
Well, notoriously, orcs are very violent or very grotesque-looking creatures, and that wouldn't really fare well in a kids show.
Well, yeah, unless they were portrayed differently, because Kirins, by their nature, are the most dangerous, in my opinion. They have spontaneous bursts of fire, and if they were integrated in regular pony society, they would just burst into flames.
Would they? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen the Kirin episode.
Like just imagine a Kirin with anger issues.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that. Yeah, they would be very dangerous, and especially to a human or a regular pony, because they would get immediately burned.
Mm-hmm. Well, by that same token, there's the Twilight reference that we could always go back to.
Let's talk about that topic as well, since we're talking about fire and stuff. Because Celestia did something similar, and
with Daybreaker, right?
It's a side power. I feel like it's a side power.
I think I don't know. It might be it might just be like a well of just anger built, kind of like the Starlight episode, where she just bottles all her anger up, and then just when it gets too much, it just bursts out, and that would be either create enough friction or heat to cause them to semi-transform.
Yeah, I feel like that's okay. Here's a theory. Kirins taught unicorns to catch themselves on fire in ancient time. Yeah,
I mean, that or they are distant unicorns. Okay. Off of that topic. Unicorns and Kirins could be distantly related.
Touche. That might be something we would be able to look into. But I feel like that the Kirin subspecies taught the unicorn subspecies to burst into flames as a protection mechanism.
But aren't the Kirins don't they technically have a unicorn horn? Technically they
do, yes.
Yeah, so wouldn't it make more sense that they are
related in some form or fashion?
Distantly related, but they could have the Kirins could have realized that they had that potential and taught the unicorns way back when, but the unicorns have now since forgotten that.
And I think because of that forgetfulness, I think it became genetic rather than because
I think it would fit more I think it would fit easier if it were a genetic thing than being taught. Because
no, hear me out. So okay, you know how an alicorn is forcibly made, like how Twilight was and how Cadence was.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a Kirin doing something similar and teaching a unicorn to do the Kirin magic of flame burst.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because of that, it would change their physiology to be more Kirin than the unicorn. But it would still have unicorn physiology and genetics. So that means...
Okay, but that being said, that is that is like back in ancient times. How would someone from the modern times tap into that without learning it?
This is part of my theory here, but because some they must have taught at least a few ponies, unicorns, at least a few,
or alicorns or so on.
Two ponies in modern era still have this ability, and that is known as Twilight Sparkle and Celestia.
That we know of.
Correct, that we know of. But those are the only two ones that have unicorn horns and or born unicorn. Mm-hmm. Now, that being said, Twilight was birthed through Miss I forget her name, Miss Sparkle and
Twilight Moon. I think it's Twilight Moon.
Twilight Moon, and Nightlight. Well, anyway, both of them had a kid too, and that was Shining Armor and Twilight. Mm-hmm. Now, my theory is that maybe because the mother and the father are not, like, it depends on who it is, but I feel like one of them might have the ability of Flame Burst as well, but because...
Well, isn't Nightlight an Earth Pony?
Hmm?
Isn't Nightlight an Earth Pony?
No, both of them are unicorns.
Are they?
Yeah.
Here, let me just,
both
go hop on Google real quick.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Begs the question, who among the parents has the power?
I don't know, because if it is genetic...
Yeah, it makes sense. Because that would make sense, because the Kira has the exact same ability. Mm-hmm. And that's why that theory exists.
Hold on, I'm looking it up real quick. Oh! Okay.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I was wrong. I will admit that I was wrong.
Yeah.
Their entire family is unicorn then.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say is that it would make sense for Celestia, because Celestia is a lot older, and her person that beforehand, her mother might have been taught by the Kirans at that age. And then because of that, before she had like Celestia and Luna, I feel like when they had them, Celestia is the one that got the trait, because Luna has entirely different ability. It's similar to Shadows.
Like the Shadow Pony. Later on. Sorry, I had to go look that up because I was curious, because I swore he was a Earth Pony.
So, that begs the question. Who taught Twilight's ancestor? That's a good question. Like we know.
Well, okay, how old another question we have to ask is, how old are the Kirans? Like, how long is a Kiran lifespan?
A Kiran lifespan, by record, is supposed to be similar to how, like, unicorn lifespan is.
Okay, but what about their leader? Because she is clearly like of a she has the same kind of body stature of like an alicorn, where she's taller, she's more thin.
I'm assuming some Kirans who have like the better power and better understanding of their power will last an age longer, because in the books, in the comic books and the official catalogs, it says that Kirans are supposed to be like about the same. They age the same as unicorns. However, I feel like the strongest Kiran would last as long as a alicorn,
which is generations upon generations.
Correct. I'm assuming that they're kind of like a subspecies of alicorn in a way.
Well, yeah, that brings me back to the genetics of them being related to unicorns.
Correct. So I'm assuming unicorns officially could live a long time, because like Granny Smith lived a long time and she was an Earth Pony. Mm-hmm. So that makes the question, like, how long officially could a unicorn actually live if they actually got really strong? Because unicorns in the modern times don't live that long because they're all weak.
Well, I think about it this way. Starlight has the power of an alicorn, right? That's clearly shown.
Even before she was an alicorn, she was really strong with her unicorn powers.
No, I'm saying Starlight, not Twilight.
Well, I'm talking about both of them anyway.
Yeah, they were both incredibly talented. They are both incredibly talented with their magic power, but as it stands right now, Starlight in her unicorn form is just as powerful, or I would say even a little bit more so than an alicorn.
Yeah.
Because when she was fighting Twilight, she could keep up no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like she could have gone on and on and on, and I think eventually Twilight would have given up in that battle.
Yeah. Okay. Now let me tell you this. So, I feel like the unicorns from the old ages that are similar to Starlight and Twilight existed, and because of that, unicorns could have lived longer, but they fought in a lot of wars.
Yeah.
Because of their power.
Well, that and look at remember back when the wars between the species for the land.
Correct.
So.
And I feel as if the unicorns had a lot of power, but because wars stopped to a halt, a lot of unicorns are dying easier now because
they have easier lives.
They're being weak. They're too weak. I feel like now this is just a theory of mine. Starlight and Twilight are just semi-strong compared to the unicorns of old age. The older unicorns.
The unicorns of old definitely, I think, would have more, like, overall power.
Yeah, like for example, Starlight, Star Swirl the Bearded. Let's talk about him. The fact that he was able to set like a spell that would not kill him or his compatriots, but to seal something away. But also for the fact that that guy was able to like write all sorts of novels about, like the fact that he wrote so many spells, he knew so many spells, and he knew more than the average unicorn of that age, meant that he was really strong. And that begs the question: how strong is he? Like, if
I think he would.
Personally, how strong would he be?
He would have to be in between, like, Starlight and Twilight and the unicorns of old.
Yeah. I feel like he would be one of the in-between, but he's definitely stronger than Twilight and Starlight back in their unicorn forms. And I feel like that begs the question at that point. That if the unicorns of old were, like, still around, how old would they be? Because that begs the question, like, depends on which era they're from, but, like, I feel like a lot of them would be around the same age as Celestia and Luna, or even older.
I don't know. That's a tough question.
Yeah, it is a tough question, but that's kind of part of the podcast.
That's pretty much the entirety of the podcast. Well, that's the entirety of the lore side of the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this has been... How long are we even running on? That's a good question.
You said we were going to have a long podcast, so I'm going for the long haul on this one.
It says like 34 minutes and 47 minutes. I don't think that's right. That doesn't feel right. I don't know, though.
We've been in call for 2 hours, if you're wondering.
Huh. So yeah, it's definitely been more.
Yeah. Anywho, let's get back to the said podcast. So I feel like the unicorns of old, if they didn't fight in the wars, they would still be around. But I feel like slowly they would get worse and worse with their bodies.
Oh yeah, just like how humans say if we're not like physically active all the time, we do degenerate.
Correct. And I feel like that's the same thing with Star Swirl, because he looked like he was like I know he's like a Gandalf kind of like off-brand, but But the feel is that in his heyday, he was really strong like Twilight and really adaptive like Starlight. So that means in his heyday, he must have been like kind of like Celestia and Luna in the modern age. So that begs the question of, because he was also fought side by side by Luna, and he also learned spells from Celestia, as well as the fact from other, civilizations.
Not to mention that the fact that he taught both of them.
Correct. He also learned from them as well as taught them. So that means that he's probably one of the the last remaining old unicorns of old,
or at least of that breed or generation.
Correct. So that means that that he knows how to raise the sun and moon.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed this, but you put lanterns on the couch.
I did. I did that because it gets dark over here.
That's a fire hazard.
Let me adjust them.
I'm sorry, I just noticed that and it bugs me because I'm like, that's a fire hazard. Oh my god. Whoa. I did not expect this to be like a... Okay, you know what? I'm here for the long haul. Fuck it.
I think that should look better.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't notice them as much, and they don't seem like much of a fire hazard, so we're good. Cause do you, sir, do you want our recording studio to burn down?
No.
Good. I don't need it.
Make
me.
But anyway. Okay, so back to the Star Swirl topic. I feel like if he was to teach unicorns now, he would have a lot harder trouble because how weak they are in comparison nowadays.
Yeah.
Now, let's go on the theory of Rainbow Dash here. Now, this is just,
what theory is this?
Theory. Now, this is just a theory on Rainbow Dash's abilities. Now, I feel like Rainbow Dash was not the first person who broke the sound barrier.
Oh no, there's been few in. Because remember, what's his face? The other one that Rainbow Dash is essentially related to through the main six thing bullshit that they came up with.
Yeah.
The paladin motherfucking looking guy.
Yeah. Well, the Rainboom, however, was invented by Rainbow Dash because of her cutie mark, because she got her cutie mark from it. Now I gotta ask. Now she's obviously the first person because the Rainboom probably the rainbow colors from her mane.
Yeah, it's just like how sometimes you can see when a jet goes by and breaks the sound barrier, you can kind of see the color of the jet streak back.
Correct. But the thing is, she's definitely not the first person to break the sound barrier.
Oh, no.
She's the first one to make the rainbow. And that makes the question, who in Equestria of old would have broken the sound barrier before her? It had to be one of the equestrian Pegasus warriors of old.
Like I was saying, I think it would be the guy who fuck, what is his name? The guy, the early six, dude. The early six Pegasus.
Pegasus?
The hero motherfucking Roman looking guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he might have, but I feel like
he is a good candidate. I wouldn't say he is, but he's a good candidate.
Yeah, he's a good candidate, but I feel like he is more or less a warrior who's really good with, I feel like he's like a Spartan, in my opinion.
Well, he's Roman, so yeah, he's a Spartan.
Yeah. He's Roman, he's a Spartan, but the thing is, he would more focus on the battle than speed, I feel like. It wouldn't be. Yeah, I
It
feel
would.
like it wouldn't be good. But if it was,
Well, bringing back
wrong.
to religion in a way.
Yeah.
Do you remember the god of Harry? Was it Harry? Who's the fucking messenger of the Greek gods?
Oh, that would be. I forget
Hermes.
his name.
Hermes.
He has
Hermes.
the ability to. He has shoes that makes him fly.
Yeah, Hermes or whatever his fucking name is.
Hermes. Yeah, it's Hermes. It's Hermes.
Yeah, I think because if you've looked, they kind of have had similar, at least religion styles and figures to our real life counterparts. So
yeah, that maybe Hermes, the person who was Hermes, he must
the
have been like a Pegasus.
probably the equivalent of Hermes, or
Yeah.
or we can go back a little less farther and look at the Pegasus General Firefly. Or not General Firefly. What the fuck is his name?
It was Firefly. I don't think Firefly would be like the one who broke the sound barrier, because I feel like that person was sure they were fast. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like they wouldn't have broken the sound barrier.
Yeah.
But I feel like but the topic on Hermes, now that brings the question. Yeah, that makes sense because they have got people.
If you look into Greek religion, they are the fastest living thing.
Yeah, and I feel like Hermes, the person who, or similar to Hermes, would be the one who broke the sound barrier first,
or at least would be the closest candidate.
Yeah,
that we could theorize.
Yeah. Now my theory is that person must have been a Pegasus.
Oh yeah, well,
maybe a Brony.
I'm definitely more. What the fuck? What?
You picked up a. You picked up a wand for a second.
I am Harry Potter.
Huh?
I am Harry Potter.
Anywho, let's get back to it. So yeah. Would he be a bad pony, or would he be a Pegasus?
I'm leaning towards Pegasus.
Do you have a theory on that?
Just with the whole because his character, his Greek character, just screams Pegasus to me.
It does. And to be fair, Hermes' boots had Pegasus wings on them.
Yeah, essentially Pegasus or bird wings.
It was bird wings, but they were made from Pegasus feathers.
Mm-hmm. So that just makes it even... That, and you've seen how similar that Hasbro likes to kind of make their ponies to real-life counterparts. Daring Do is Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Yeah.
So on and so forth. So it would essentially make perfect sense that he was a Pegasus, or they were a Pegasus.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't know Hermes' gender in this pony universe, but I feel
or if there is such a character, but if there is, it would make so much sense.
Yeah, it would make so much sense, and that means that now that begs the question. Now that person would have been just a regular Pegasus that was just really fast. Now here's my theory: Rainbow Dash is related to said character by long-term genetics.
in my the way I kind of have always pictured it is all of the main six are distantly related in some way shape or form to the previous generation of elements of harmony, and so on and so forth. Or
not the old generation back that worked with Celestia and Luna, but I feel like a generation before them.
They could obviously have skipped a generation.
Yeah.
Just like genetics do in real life.
I feel like that's the case because the main 12, the main 6 that are of old and the main 6 of new in the show are not related.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's not saying that the main 6 before the main 6 of old would not be related to the main 6 of modern times.
Mm-hmm.
Because Applejack has the ability of super strength with her legs, Rainbow Dash has supersonic speed,
mm-hmm.
Twilight has ethereal magic. Pinkie Pie has cosmetic powers like Discord, in a manner of speaking. Fluttershy has the ability of critter communication.
Animal taming, essentially.
Yeah, and essentially she's also kind of like Medusa, in a way, with her stare, because she can just make somebody freeze. Not literally, but like mentally and figuratively.
Yeah, like with the cockatrice.
Yeah. And last but not least,
which I remind you, as well as the Manticore, are very realist, like very based in reality, mythical characters.
Correct. So that makes sense that, but that means that maybe Fluttershy is related to a distant relative of the Medusa counterpart, because that would make sense for her stare.
I think a good theory would be to be like, they have gotten, just like in regular, like in humans, genealogy skips every other generation or so.
Yeah, correct.
So they could have been just the holy godsend of genetic engineering or genetic building.
Correct, or good genetics in general.
Well, I'm not saying like they were genetically engineered, but like just they somehow magically all like they somehow all managed to get the really good traits.
Yeah. I'm talking about like genetically fixated, because okay, so not so fun fact, my family was like that for a while, and a lot of families are still like that to this day, that some people will pick certain people to even breed or mate with at all.
Yeah.
And it's a fucked up topic, but it is still a topic that's even into our modern society.
We still have that in many cultures to this day.
Yeah, and the thing is, because I'm a strong fella, I'm a big guy, but it's mostly because of my genetics, and that's because my dad was the big guy when he was growing up, and he wanted a strong woman, and he married my mom, and then that came to me. And I got the good genetics, but my sister got the bad genetics, actually. And my sister, she's a skinny girl who happens to have weak immune system, weak teeth, weak bones, everything. Me, I am a strong fella. If you break my bones, I'm still going to keep coming at you. And the thing is, it's not my fault. It's more or less my genetics, and I don't like it.
You.
Now that makes the question. That means that the main six are similar in that aspect, and that means that not in the way that their parents did something. No, I'm talking about like maybe a generation beforehand that did selective breeding.
Or there's another way we could go with this theory. There was an external party involved.
Maybe. But what kind of external party are you thinking?
Maybe a government official of some sort who has previous knowledge of the elements of harmony and knows what genes to look for, and what personality traits coincide with the elements of harmony. I can't think of anyone like that, no.
I can think of a few. Like,
not
all ponies.
Well, yeah, but I don't know anyone who had previous knowledge of the elements of harmony or how they worked. No one at all. No one comes to mind.
Celestia's mother. Maybe Celestia's mother or father. Maybe.
I was giving you shit. It's either Celestia or her mom or their parents.
Yeah. I feel like it would be their parents, because Luna and Celestia only knew of the elements of harmony. They didn't know how the elements of harmony existed. Their parents, more or less, might have known, because I feel like it's...
Well, and that's another big thing, is whatever, like, we know nothing, or close to nothing about Celestia and their parents.
Yeah, but there's a lot of theories. A lot of them some of them make more sense than others, and I could go ahead and
we know nothing about the Alicorn Society in general.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of sad. But there's theories all over the place. But I feel like there's only a few that make sense.
Who knows if, like, say the Alicorns are secretly like
around still?
Well, maybe like maybe the say Celestia's parents were figureheads.
Now, here's a theory that a friend of mine gave me, and it makes more sense than anything. What if the alicorns of old that did not, were not good people, were sent to the Equestria Girl universe as punishment, similar to how Sunset was sent there.
Or Adagio and them.
Correct. Now here's the big banger at this point. What if that was made by Luna and Celestia? Luna and Celestia were the ones who did that in the old age to get rid of a lot of alicorn enemies, because there's still bits and pieces here and there, but apparently Luna and Celestia's mother and father fought in the alicorn wars, but so did they. Now that begs, that's part of the begging question. How long did the war last?
And here's another question. How much do we really know about how Luna and Celestia came to power?
A little bit more than most people think we do. Because there's a lot of hints dropped out and stuff like that, and a lot of, questions and a lot of answers, but there's also a lot more questions. But the basic, partial of that is that they came to power because their parents were already in power, and it was more or less like a hand-me-down.
Yes, but okay. Think about it in our times, right? In our society, and just human society. Say someone like a king or queen is in power, right? They have a son or daughter. It is inherent that they will get that power and rule over. What happens to the king and queen if they, say, mysteriously die or disappear?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you, there's actually rules on that. So let me go into depth on that, because I know about this. I've gotten actual information and rules to this, but long story short, if a king and queen mysteriously dies, it goes to their descendant. If they don't have a descendant, it'll be going to the nearest acolyte, or the person who helped them, helped them during political events. Now, if that person doesn't exist or dies, that would go to their son or daughter. And if they don't have one, and if no one does anything, the citizens can choose a person that they like from the knightly corps or the army to become the next king or queen.
Well,
and that's how it is.
Well, look at how much we see of any resemblance of that style of government within flashbacks, the comics, or any of that.
A lot of it's very similar, actually.
Who's to say? Well, here's the thing. Who's to say that maybe back in the day? This is a theory, just a batshit random theory. Who's to say that during the war, like you were saying, they didn't purposely get rid of their parents, or someone didn't get rid of their parents?
Yeah, that's another theory I want to put up in the room, and that is, what if Celestia and Luna's parents willingly let themselves go into the world? What if they put themselves in there in order to keep all of their alicorns that they put in there stay in there? That's my theory. That's my theory.
It's a can of worms. You open a can of worms and who knows what's gonna come out.
More worms. Yeah, and more cans of worms come out. But yeah, that's what I think. I think that they physically sacrificed themselves to keep their enemies.
I think that's a good one, or someone had a hand in their disappearance.
Correct, and I feel like that would be their official that they worked with.
Yeah, and we've known nothing about the officials they really worked with.
Correct. But
the only one that we even know about realistically is Star Swirl.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, Star Swirl was a young lad when the king and queen
vanished.
the king and queen of old, of Celestia and Luna's mother and father, he was a young lad. But when he grew up, they grew up. So they were about around the same age. That's the thing. They're around the same age. Now, this begs the question, okay, so the main six of the era when Celestia and Lune were kids, or before they were kids, or even not even existent, those must have had some sort of power that was hidden, something that they didn't want.
Yeah, probably like a recessed gene or something along those lines.
Yeah, I feel like the king and queen of the era found out, and that person sent them to their doom or something in a way. But then they realized they were just in another reality.
Yeah. Well, here's an what was I gonna say? There was one that I was thinking of. Oh yeah. Okay, so here's another little tidbit. Here's another little theory on the disappearance of the king and queen.
Your audio broke again.
Oh my fucking god! Seriously. Fucking difficulties! Yay! Hello, how are you?
I am Wood, how are you?
I am Wood, how are you?
I am good, how are you?
Okay, moving on. So back to what I was saying. How long have we known about the changelings? How long have we known about changelings?
Changelings, a good topic. I have, so, in the comics, and in the books and stuff, they mention that changelings were individuals that lived a long time before Equestria was founded. A lot before Equestria was founded, and even before the, like the City of Crystals were founded and stuff like that. And that question that they were descendants or at least relatives to the areas of Saudi Arabia. And that makes sense because the changelings, there's multiple colonies and they all look different, but the changelings we know, like Chrysalis and her changelings, were based on scarabs. And scarabs are an Egyptian-based bug that eat flesh.
Yes, they are not nice creatures.
Correct. Now that's and the thing is, Egyptians used them suckers to mummify individuals. You basically get eaten alive, and so that makes the question. That means the changelings of old must have been like Egyptians in a manner of sense of old.
Well,
that makes sense.
Yeah, but that kind of leads to what I was saying. Being that we know nothing about how they disappeared or so on, or we know nothing about the government officials that they worked with. Look how long it took them to realize that Cadence was a changeling.
Now, I gotta go ahead and say this now. So that's good and all about that, but I want to point this out. There's multiple colonies of changelings, and each one of them acted similar, but they all hated each other. And that begs the question, that's similar to how unicorns, earth ponies, and Pegasi hated each other from the beginning. That means that the generation of the changelings, each of the changeling subspecies hated each other. And I feel like they never resolved that because they never knew how to resolve that.
Yeah.
Because we know for a fact there is at least 3 defining colors of changelings, and that is orange, blue, and white. We know definitively that those are the 3 colors that are changelings. Now there's fan colors of red and indigo and violet and stuff like that. But no, the three colors that we do know that exist are white, red, and blue. Now, Now, the blue ones we all know is chrysalis and her hive.
Mm-hmm.
But who are the red and white? Who are the red and white?
We have no one. Do we have any information on that?
We do have a little information actually on the red ones actually, and that is Chrysalis's apparent sister or a side character that they never really specified on, but she does mention her one time, just once, not like literally, but she mentions like
in passing
some before, yeah, and it's like very subtle, and most people notice it.
It's called mentioning in passing.
Yeah, mentioning in passing, and so that begs the question: what that means? She hates her individual sister. Mm-hmm. Now we do know what a changeling hive is like. Now they're based on two different types of bugs. And that's a scarab or a colony-based bug, and a bee, or a bumblebee, to be precise. And that's a hive-based, colony-based bug. Now, if you put those two together, you more or less got a turf war, but...
The red ones are based off of bumblebees?
Yeah, their ideals and their hive are based on bumblebees.
Look at ants, too.
Touche, but they were mostly based on bumblebees, and there's a reason for it. And it was because of the wing idea. And it was the wings that they had are based on bumblebee wings. Because if you look at them, they're usually, bumblebee wings are round, but the thing is, their body is a lot, bigger. So is the changeling body. The changeling wings are smaller than the body of the changeling.
Have we seen red changelings in the comics?
Yes, you do see changelings in comics. If you pay attention, the comics go on the same episode as the show for a while until it goes further. Yeah. So.
I'm just pulling up reference pictures for people.
Yeah, that's no problem. Now my theory for changelings is. Now, this is probably just my only theory. I've said this by now because there's facts and then there's theories. This theory is that if they're based on the bumblebees and the scarabs, that would mean that that's where they got the love idea, like how scarabs eat flesh from humans and other creatures. That would make sense that since they're based on scarabs, they would eat the love or essence of ponies. That would make sense. That would answer the question of why they do that. But my theory about this is that means not every changeling does this. It may be more or less towards color. Now we know definitively that there's white changelings and then there's the red ones. I'm thinking the red ones eat anger, and I think the white ones eat honesty. No, that's my theory.
Okay, I have another question based off of that. Do you think that the red and white changelings have possibly infiltrated Equestria just like Chrysalis is?
More than likely, I assume so. I feel like they would more or less be around in Saddle Arabia, because I feel like Saddle Arabians don't really pay attention to them that much. Saddle Arabians
they're just kind of their own thing.
Yeah, but if we go by Arabian history, Saddle Arabians really didn't care about new people. They just only cared about who would be dangerous.
I forgot the fruit bats were a thing.
Now, my thing is, would changelings be dangerous if they were normalized? Or would they be dangerous if they wasn't? Because, obviously, when they became normalized, they wasn't dangerous.
Well, that is just Chrysalis's hive.
Yeah, that's Chrysalis's hive. But that's saying that, okay, so they do mention in the comics that Saddle Arabia, the other changeling hives exist in other areas of the world, of Equus. And so the only one that was closest to Ponyville would happen to be Chrysalis's hive. And the ones that are not are the red and white ones. Now, the next question, where are they?
Well, bumblebees are more of a mountainous kind of bug, from what I've been able to tell.
And if I remember correctly, Christmas's hive was in a mountain.
Mm-hmm. But scarabs are also... They like dark and damp places.
They're a cavernous creature.
Mm-hmm. Like, bumblebees are more forest-like bugs. Bumblebees are bees in general. They pretty much bees are pretty adaptive.
Yeah, they can adapt to almost everything.
Mm-hmm. I am not able to find a freaking picture of a red changeling, like, at all.
Yeah, not many people really care.
I care. I care.
Yeah. I know. And that's the thing. We should. And that's the point of this podcast. We should care about the things that most people don't. And we want to answer those questions and those theories to everyone.
Or do our best to. Give enough of a sound reasoning to be like, you know what, we can trust this.
Yeah. Now, my next one is probably my favorite topic on this question about, these guys. And that is, my favorite theory is that either one or the other changeling subspecies is in Saddle Arabia.
Did
you find one?
No, I found a fan-made one. It's based off of a scorpion.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So, officially, by the creators of MLP on a single podcast that they did, somebody asked the question, is there other types of changelings? And they actually said yes. And the thing was, nobody really paid attention to that. But I did. Mm-hmm. And the thing was, they answered and they said, the other types of changelings, like they just kind of let that hang out there, that they're based around different types of bugs.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm assuming the red ones may be around based on scorpions. Maybe on that fan picture, maybe not a fan picture. Who knows?
Well, I mean, there's only been 2 that I've even been able to find. And they are fan pictures. One's animated... Well, here. You'll be able to go back and see them on the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But okay, hold on. Let me go back and try and explain to you how this other one looks. Because one, like... almost has like a hydra tail.
Now, my theory is with the other changeling species, because subspecies of the same species sometimes look different.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so
like
we all know that this is based on a bumblebee and a scarab. Now, my theory is the red ones more or less might be related to scorpions, because I feel like they would be near Saddle Arabia, and that would make more sense. Because
scorpions are a very desert-dwelling creature.
Correct.
Overall.
And the thing is, changelings are based on 2 different types of bugs.
I see why. Never mind, I'm retarded. Mm-hmm. It's based off of Manicore. Fuck. God damn you! Creator. I mean, it's a dope-looking picture, but... Whoa! Okay. There are two things it looks very similar to, because of how the hooves are.
Mm-hmm.
The hooves are... The very front hooves look a lot like the minx or Manicore hooves. No, they're more minx. You know how the minx had, like, the front hooves of the minx had kind of the hoof?
Yeah.
But they also had, like, the paw at the same time?
Yeah.
It looks way based off of that. And they kind of have, I would say, cat-looking ears?
Well, let's just go ahead and have this out here. We just know that those colors exist. I don't think they ever show the characters. They don't... I know they show, like, a glimpse of them, but they don't show them in the comics. And they definitely don't show them in the series, but they mention them a little bit in the comics. And that's the thing. Like, I'm sad that no one's drawn them. I really am, because they do mention them in the comics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fucking
now, one of the Now, my theory is, what would they look like?
To be fair, I think they would be, like you were saying, they would be more based off of like scorpions or a very desert dwelling creature.
Yeah, but the thing is, changelings all have something similar. They have to be based around a flying bug and an eating bug, a bug that would eat anything.
Scorpions are mean motherfuckers, and they do eat anything.
Mm-hmm. That would be one bug. What would those changelings in general?
Here, let me pull up another tab. Insects in Arabia.
I feel like it would be based around vultures as the second one.
They're not bugs though.
No, they're not bugs. That's what I was saying. But I feel like they would. My reason is both vultures and scorpions both dwell in the desert. And there's no flying bug in the desert unless you count
cicadas.
Cicadas. But maybe a cicada? Or maybe
and cicadas also eat fucking everything. Okay, hold on. Because I just pulled it up. Locust.
Yes, there we go. They would more likely be based around locusts and scorpions.
Locusts are mean motherfuckers.
I got covered by them fuckers. They mean mofos.
Yeah, I'm putting my money on locust.
Yeah. You disappeared, by the way.
Oh. Let me go hop. I was doing reference pictures. Shut up.
I know, like, your character was just idle for so long, I think, and that's why you disappeared.
Yeah. There we go. You happy?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and promote you back.
Oh, I'm still in your thing.
No, it promoted me to leader by accident.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. So yeah.
So we've discovered the red changelings and what they are most likely based off of, or have the most likeliness to be based off of.
Now, what about the white changelings? I feel like
where would you feel they dwell?
I feel like snowy biomes, because there's certain bugs in the snowy areas that
there are a few, and they are mean. They are mean because they have to survive in winter climates. Do I know any of them? No, I just know they're mean.
Yeah. Now my theory is, with just by based on the colors, I feel like the red ones would eat anger, and the white ones would eat honesty. The reason for that, my theory on that, is because honesty, like the name state, is supposed to be like the best policy, but the thing is, honesty is supposed to be like a pure, apart, topic. And I feel like white is like the purest of colors, so that means that
white is the purest of colors. White is every color. Insects that live in snow. Why am I doing research? Because everything. Fuck! Scared the fuck out of me. God fucking damn. Fuck! Fuck! Fuck you! God damn it. Fucking, like, papers fell and scared the fuck out of me. But yeah, these fuckers look mean. Not any of them really have wings, though. Friday.
Yeah.
White Christmas. Let's see. Rock crawlers. What the fuck? Winter.
Yep.
Okay, stoneflies are one, I guess, that live in. Snowflies. Snow scorpion. Holy fuck, scorpion flies.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No, those look mean. Snow fleas.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. Why are insects so mean looking?
Insects.
Because insects and they... Holy fuck, these things... I mean, are we going off of size or are we just going off, like, genealogy?
Genealogy, like, I feel like in that just by the few genes, I feel like...
Okay, so, based off of how mean this fucker looks... Because it looks mean as fuck. What is this? Looks like this, Ottawa. What the fuck? I'm not moving to Ottawa anytime soon. I want to see what a scorpion fly looks like.
You're gonna be surprised for that one.
The springtail could also be a decent. Snow fleas. All right. We're looking it up on here first on stream chat. This is not going to be pleasant, is it? Snow scorpion fly. Ooh, snow scorpion.
Yeah, scorpions can really, you know...
They're kind of pretty much invincible. Yeah, that's what I was saying, and they look mean as fuck.
We have scorpions around here. Not as often, but we have them around here.
We have them in Utah occasionally. Yeah, that's what I... Okay, scorpion... I'm putting money on scorpion flies. Because they look fucking mean. Oh! And their wings look dope!
Yeah.
And they're flying, and they probably eat fucking anything.
Oh yeah, they do. They eat about anything they can get their hands on.
Yeah, I would imagine, because they remind me of wasps, where they will fuck your shit up.
Yeah. So, yeah. The thing is, I feel like they would be based around definitely snow-based bugs, and I feel like the scorpion fly would be a definite, you know.
It's a good candidate. That's for fucking sure.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to. I do not want to run into one of those.
Hmm?
I don't want to run into one of those.
Oh yeah.
They look
now,
mean.
obviously, everyone's like every changeling fanboy out there. No defense to anyone, because I am one too. Now, if you were to run into the other changeling species, I feel like we would have problems because we have no idea what they are like and their society is like. All we know is that their color.
Holy fucking Hey,
exist.
so you know the stingwings from Fallout 4?
Yeah.
They kind of fucking look like that.
They do, and it's because the stingwings were based around that bug.
The scorpion fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. No, thank you.
Yeah, that's badass.
No, thank you. I am happy living with spiders that like my truck.
Yeah. Now back to the topic of if those societies were to be integrated into Equestria, would they work like how Chrysalis's hive worked, or would they be different? Because I feel like they would be more
I think they would be
dangerous.
different, at least a little bit, because you can't really feed someone anger. Realistically.
No. Realistically, no. And I feel like, well, no, technically you could. Like, you would say that if for love as well, if we didn't have Chrysalis. But you see how that works, and I feel like it would work similar to see, like, but honesty, honesty is a lot less prevalent and out there than love or even anger. Yeah. And the reason I even gave them those traits was because I feel like the colors make sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, they make some sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know if they're still alive. We don't know if those changeling hives are alive. We just know they existed, and we know that they're those colors.
I think, I don't know. It's tough because it's like, what do you separate fact from fiction, and how do you separate it?
We know for a fact that when Chrysalis woke up, she mentioned a few times that there was other hives. So we know it's fact that there's other hives.
Mm-hmm.
We know for a fact that those are those two colors that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
There could be a lot more. We don't know. We're not geniuses here, but
The creators that the Lauren Foss isn't really talking anymore.
Yeah, we just know for a fact that those are just two colors.
Yeah.
So just by theory alone, we think that they would look like those bugs, and we think that
with theory and very, very, very little research.
Yeah.
Just Google searching mostly.
Mostly theory, but our basic theory is this.
There are changelings, and they are based off bugs.
Yeah, that's our only few facts, and we know for a fact that there's other hives. We know for a fact because Chrysalis has mentioned those hives.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know what they are. We don't know what.
Do you
they
think
look
the
like.
Kierans could possibly be part changeling?
I don't think so, because when you mention when Kierans were introduced, because there's a Kieran in the background of an episode before Kierans were introduced, if you pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Sunny in the background. Now, what would now I feel like changelings would they're not a subspecies of changelings. In my opinion, I don't think so.
Or yeah, well, the only reason I even bring it up is because they share a similar backplate.
Correct, but
Chrysalis shares a similar backplate to them at least.
Yeah. The reason I say that's not is because the Kieran is based on the armadillo.
Armadillo.
Yeah. And you know,
they're
when
so
armadillo
cute though.
They curl up and they protect themselves from heat.
Mm-hmm. The Kieran's so cute though.
I just imagined a Kieran turning into a ball. Because you know, armadillo.
Uh-huh.
Now.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm still semi-waking up. Why is the Kieran's tail kind of shaped like a leaf?
Oh, there's a reason for it, and it's because they're forestry creatures.
Really?
Yeah, you asked the question, I'm answering it.
Fuck you.
The reason for that was more or less a design choice, but
it just seems interesting. What purpose does it serve?
Maybe a regulator, because certain leaves are not non-burnable. Mm-hmm. Certain leaves.
That and they could have possibly used it as a fan.
Oh, that too. I
don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas.
I'm just saying that it probably represents them being forestry creatures, and that they're supposed to be one with the forest, even though that they're fire.
Which is counterintuitive for living in a forest.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows?
I mean, that would explain why they're in the forest.
Everything was fine. Well, everything in the forest was fine until the Fire Nation attacked.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Avatar jokes.
Yeah.
Not the one with blue people. For those of you who are uncultured.
Go ahead and change to today's topic to.
You mean after changing changing it 8 times? What are we changing it to this time?
King Sombra. Who is exactly King Sombra?
You're just going through my entire list, aren't you?
Kind of. I want to go through all of them because we said we're going to do a long podcast, and I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go all out on this.
Alright, well, I'm basing a lot of my knowledge off the IDW comic book where King Sombra and Chrysalis were a partnership.
Okay, now I'm going by actual Hasbro standards and going by the actual comic series.
Well, that's what I'm doing. That was an actual comic book.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a fan comic.
No, this is a real comic. I'm talking about the one where they were good, the alternate universe one.
Okay, well, yeah. Now, that's actually not an alternate universe, that's just...
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. The alternate versions of them.
Anyway, let's just go ahead and get to this. So, that's the thing. King Sombra and Chrysalis were a thing, and they were, like, similar to how Celestia and Luna's mother and father were.
Yeah.
They were different societies that they congregated together to make a kingdom.
And at that time, Chrysalis didn't have holes.
Yeah, it didn't work. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. It didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
King Sombra and Chrysalis didn't work together because their personalities claimed. It didn't work.
But look at them now in season 9. They still kind of fight, but they're, meh.
Still all right, but they just don't they won't be lovey-dovey anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sombra is a narcissistic asshole, and Chrysalis is kind of narcissistic as well. But because of that, both of them would butt heads.
Well, do you know who Conspirapone 3 is? Conspirapone 3 is? If you don't know who he is, I'll just pull him up real quick on stream. Because he does these...
I pull up other people's conspiracy pages on right now. Let's continue on with the... we know for a fact that Sombra is a king of shadows, and we know for a fact that he was one of the few people who studied shadow arts.
Well, I'm basing a lot of my ideas off of his theory.
Well, I'm just going ahead and tell you. Well, we'll have facts and theories.
Well, yeah, there is obviously fact and theory, but I'm basing a lot of my shit off of his theory because his theory is sound.
Yeah.
And I want to build off of it.
Well, I don't know who he is, and I don't know what his theory was, but I'm going to say my theory, and you tell me if it makes sense or not. And my theory is that King Sombra was a warrior of shadows, and he was not the only one, because there is mention of ponies that have the ability to go inside shadows. And that's my theory is he's one of those ponies, but he's like the king of those ponies, so he knows more.
Oh, fucking hell. I spell it wrong.
Now, my theory, another part of my theory is that King Sombra, when he was still good, taught Celestia and Luna shadow magic, because when Sombra came back to haunt the Crystal Empire, Celestia used shadow magic, and we all know that T-Rex can't eat shadow magic. Mm-hmm. Because it's so dark and twisted and evil.
And that's surprising for him.
Yeah. And the thing is, shadow magic can be used by an average alicorn such as Celestia. And that means that if it's an alicorn, they won't be as affected. That makes sense to me. And I feel like because of that, Celestia was trained by Sombra when he was good. And because of this, he feared her when he turned evil. Now,
sorry, I'm trying to find this channel. I'm trying to find this channel.
You can show me later.
No, I'm showing chat. Because I want to remember his name.
Yeah.
I have another theory that is based off. Well, I like I said, I use a lot of conspiracy pun theories because they make lots and lots of sense to me. Mine is they were together. Him and Chrissy were together at one point, right?
Yeah, that's definitive proof. It's not even a theory. That one's definitive proof.
Yeah, but okay, you see his current state, right? How he looks with the glowing eyes. Yeah, with the glowing eyes and his like super mad fuck evilness, right?
Yeah.
Okay, think about this. Where has the only other time we've seen eyes do that? There's been 2 times.
Actually, there's been 4 times. If you paid attention, of course.
Well, I'm talking like big parts of the show.
Yeah, I know. There's 4 times it's happened, and that's when the elements use the elements of harmony, and their eyes turn white.
Well, I mean way similar to like actual Sombra's look. Like
Sombra, where the eyes just change to similar to how he works,
and like how his when he comes back as mad fuck evil.
Okay.
I'm meaning that style, not just glowing eyes, just like where you have like the aura flowing from his eyes.
Oh,
just the mad fuck evil. There's been 2 times that
now that is different. If you went like that, different. There's only 2 instances, which you were right.
There are 2. There's technically 3. There's Sombra. Outside of Sombra, I'm counting 2.
Sombra's definitely definitive at this point.
I'm counting 2 outside of Sombra.
Yeah, outside of Sombra, it would be the guy that the early main 6 before the modern main 6 and before the young main 6, they sealed away an individual who took an evil ring, and he was the one who...
Okay, so there are technically 3 now, because I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
There are 3.
That guy, let's put out on that guy, because he had a shadow ring, and that's why he turned evil. Okay. So I'm assuming that was an instrument from Sombra. That would make more sense.
Well, let me bring up another artifact that you might have overlooked. The Alicorn Amulet.
Yes. The Alicorn Amulet. Now, this begs the question on the Alicorn Amulet. Was it made by Alicorns, or was it made for Alicorns?
I'm thinking it was made for Alicorns.
Okay. What's your reasoning on this one?
Look how it made Trixie. Look how mad fuck powerful it made Trixie. Right?
Touché.
Imagine. Okay. Here. Hold on. We're not done yet. We don't know where it came from, right?
We have little information.
Yeah.
Not as much as we want, but the basic information that we know is that it existed as an artifact before Celestia and Luna's time.
Okay. Hold on there. Let me just go back to the other time that we've seen the Sombra Eyes. That was when Twilight got consumed by Sombra for that little bit of time.
Oh yeah. Would you assume that the eyes are related to shadow magic?
I'm not saying that yet. I'm saying those eyes are the equivalent of just pure mad fuck evil. Because Sombra was a good guy. Back in the day, he was a good guy.
And the shadow magic he used consumed him.
Well, this is going off of Conspiracy Ponies thing. What can turn a pony from such a, really decent guy into such a fucking asshole?
Tragedy.
Tragedy is one thing.
Yes.
Alteration magic is another.
Yeah, that too.
And artifacts. Artifacts can also do that.
Now my theory is alteration magic was only wielded by like really high individuals, but the thing was, alteration magic wasn't like per sound in the equestrian universe.
Yeah, but there's another thing. There's another thing that can change that. That just fills someone with greed, anger, and hate. Artifacts.
Correct.
And what is the only artifact that we have seen physically do that in the show?
Actually, we have seen 3.
Okay, what is the main one?
The main one would be the Alicorn Amulet.
Exactly. There you go.
Now, but the thing is, that makes sense. But the thing is, it wouldn't be the ring because the ring was a shadow ring, and that was worn by the individual whose case.
Yeah, and that was lost to the portal.
Right.
But the Alicorn Amulet was still circulating around.
Correct.
And as you said, that was before Celestia and Luna.
Now,
Sombra isn't that old.
What happens when you take off the Alicorn Amulet? Because when Trixie got back her sense of ability,
but you gotta think, how long did he have that amulet on for? He probably had that thing on for years and years and years, and it just probably barely resurfaced, corrupting him. It essentially probably corrupted his soul to the point where there is really no return.
Yeah, but hear me out. So, Sombra is basically around the same age. Same thing with Chrysalis. Chrysalis and Sombra are about the same age as Celestia.
Yeah, which is what I kind of said.
Yeah, I know, but he was put away by Crystal Bonus when he turned evil. Now, by that knowledge, he must have turned evil before something happened. And he must
Once upon a time, while watching an episode of Brony's React.
Using your kingdom.
Whoa.
And all of your subjects
What
just
was that in the background?
look how bad, because
Beam of light.
remember,
Beam
he
of
turned
light.
evil.
Three-headed frog. What? Are you guys stroking out? Oh.
Like I say, there is
that
always
is not a beam of
some
light.
backhand controller.
That episode sucked. I mean, every season opener has some awesome stuff, but this one, clouds.
Yeah, but if you remember, they were
and Baby Alicorn.
enslaved.
Why? Way to fake me out there, guys. Just make me think Sombra is coming back, but nope, it's legit just weather. But this is one saving grace. That maybe, just maybe, there's gonna be something interesting that happens later on this season. Even if we have to trudge through a pile of slice of life to get to it. But what exactly is this thing? First instinct, what do you say? Changeling. It looks like a changeling. It's the same color, it's got some weird eye dealy going on, and it looks like changeling wings and maybe armor. The part that has everyone confused is its shape. Like, what is...
Yeah, I know. I was looking
why?
at shape.
Three-headed frog is right. Someone posted another picture of it that I think is a little more clear. And in this one, you can definitely tell that it is a changeling, and that this is the head, but then what is
I missed a lot.
It's like he's got leprosy or black tumors or something. The real question is, why is this changeling here in the first place? Especially flying towards the Empire in the last few seconds of the season opener like that. Obviously, the writers wanted to keep this in the minds of the viewers, or at least those who noticed it. Well, what have we seen of the changelings lately? Nothing. They haven't popped up at all, like, ever. Since they were defeated back in Season 3, only one changeling ever showed up, and that was as a joke in Episode 100. I mean, it showed up to a wedding. I mean, this guy's got a story, but he isn't doing anything bad, right? I mean, he wasn't feeding off anything. Nothing was directing love towards him, so he couldn't gain anything from it. In this universe, love needs to be directed in order to have any magical effect on anything, right? Well, maybe not. These apparently needed love to ignite, as cheesy as that sounds, but they were just sitting in the background here. If they can be directly affected by something just kind of happening nearby, who's to say that this changeling isn't just kind of passively feeding by being in the area? I mean, it's not malevolent or anything, but it's food for thought. Anyway, the only other time we see changelings are in the comics and books. In the books like this one, the changelings are out doing their usual thing, impersonating people and feeding on love. In the comics, they landed among a population of funny, fluffy creature things, which they fed off of and then made a home there. Later on, they were imprisoned. Chrysalis told her supposed story of origins and then escaped. Later still, she joined forces with many other villains before realizing that this group's actions would leave the land barren of love that she and her people could feed off of. At this realization, she left. So currently, both in the show and in the literary universe, we don't know what any of them are up to. But this, on the other hand, gives us grounds to guess. Firstly, what is a changeling doing here? Well, this is at the end of The Crystalling Part 2. Since that is the whole premise of the episode, this event is probably why he's here. It's a big event. At first, their baby was a little bit on the down low, but that's definitely not the case now. So this crystalling, or the subject of it, the baby, is somehow involved in this changeling's arrival. I would say that it came to feed on the love of the Empire. But in that case, why now? And why only one? The defenses certainly aren't any weaker during this event, though that didn't stop them before, even if it really should have! So what's the deal? Obviously it isn't because of any kind of new vulnerability, so it must be because of something they want. And what's different that they might want? The heart was shattered, but it was fixed again. This book was destroyed, so it can't be that. The only thing of any value that's new is the baby. But what do changelings have to do with babies? Or this baby anyway. There's certainly nothing in the show that links them to babies, and I'm 90% sure that if I look up changelings right now, I won't find a darn diddly thing related.
Oh yeah, just like Trixie did. She didn't.
Well then, if Wikipedia is to be trusted, changelings in mythology were believed to be a fairy child that had been left in place of a human child stolen by the fairies. So changelings in mythology steal babies?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that probably means nothing. I mean, these changelings are totally different, right? I mean, they have equine qualities, they look like bugs, they feed off love. Meanwhile, these don't do that. Like, let's see, why do they steal babies? A human child might be taken due to many factors. To act as a servant, the love of a human child, or malice. Well, I guess that's a possibility then. A rather creepy one, but it's a possibility. The changeling is flying over to do what changelings do best. Kidnap newborn babies and replace them with changelings. And this makes quite a lot of sense, actually. One of the biggest gripes with the Canterlot wedding people have is that it would have made so much more sense for Chrysalis to replace Shining Armor, and thus feed off of the Princess of Love's love. But in this case, that's exactly what's going to happen. The changeling will take the place of the baby, thus feeding off of the love of the parents, Cadence and Shining Armor. The one major problem with this is, can changelings change their size that much? This is clearly some enormous adult changeling thing. It's going to have a hard time keeping a baby-like form, won't it? Well, that's just it. This strange, large-shaped changeling is not going to take the place of the baby. I mean, what is he going to do with the baby once he's got him? Dump it in the garbage can and hope no one finds it? No, it needs someone to take the baby away so that it can properly take the place of the baby without suspicion. And that's why this is shaped so weird. This isn't some three-headed frog or something. This is a changeling holding a baby changeling in its arms. This is the changeling that's going to take Flurry's place. And I don't have any idea how fast changelings grow, but once it's grown up, they'll have a changeling right in the heart of their enemy lines. A changeling that can take control of the biggest weapon their enemies have against them. They don't have the elements of harmony. They won't have the Princess of Love to help them. They'll have nothing to stop the changelings. Compared to their first one, this is the perfect plan. And now that Flurry's magic has been muffled, it'll be even easier to follow through with. And hey, even if this doesn't happen to be revealed in the season finale or anything like that, who's to say it didn't happen? This is an innocent little baby. Who's gonna suspect that? So for the first time, I'm not just making a silly theory. I'm making a prediction. Admittedly, it's a prediction that has been made a couple of times before, but I'm making a good, solid case for this. I am ready for a good finale to make up for the slice of life baloney we've been getting. Because if we don't get this kind of thing for a finale, then at this rate, with the opener villain being flippin' Clouds, our finale's villain is gonna be a moldy couch cushion, and I am not prepared to deal with that. Twilight's gonna be all, I can't hurt it, it's a citizen of society, and I will march down to Hasbro's office, and Thanks for watching, and thanks to all my Patreons. I actually got more than one, guys! Yeah, people actually care about this
How
stuff. Oh, the video's almost over.
Which is emotional magic.
Jason, KJ, Dan X, getting spiked.
Now, I feel like if the the Shadow Ring more than likely must have been made by a Shadow wielder, because there is no way.
Oh yeah, there's no other possible explanation.
Yeah, for that one, and that makes sense. But we only know of Sombra, but it had to have been made somebody like maybe a blacksmith from his world, from his kingdom made it.
Or a shadow pony blacksmith or something along those lines.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Now, I feel, or Sombra made it. Who knows? Because I feel, my theory was with that ring is that he made it for Chrysalis to marry her officially, but he lost it. And that's when they broke it off, and that's why he was slowly in distraught. That's my theory on that.
Yeah. Well, that's a decent theory. I'm just happy that, like, because, like, the Alicorn amulet makes so much sense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, him corrupting it makes a lot more sense than most. And, that's my whole entire theory on that. He corrupts it, and because of his anger, because of his distraught from losing his kingdom.
By the way, you're asleep.
And losing the one he loved. Yeah, don't worry. I just gotta click it. Anyway, because of that, he essentially corrupted himself.
Oh yeah, there's one. It's normal. It's a pretty well-known fact where if you overfill something with an emotion, it will backfire on you.
Correct. Now that explains Sombra's part of the story, but let's talk about some of the other artifacts.
Oh my god. Back to the fucking Google.
Let's talk about the Shadow Ring. You know, let's get more in depth on that one. Let's get more in depth on that one. So the Shadow Ring was more than likely made by a Shadow Pony, because there was no other definitive way that it exists with Shadow Magic. Because Shadow Ponies were the only ones who had the ability to wield Shadow Magic.
It is able to be taught, but it's apparently like a very hard magic to learn.
Because you have to use malice and anger in a...
No, okay, we've left out a big motherfucking thing.
Oh, what's that?
Starlight's collection. And staff.
Oh, yeah.
I've completely forgot about that.
Starlight's collection of the cutie marks. That rock. Yeah. If we remember correctly, Maud was the one who told her about said rock.
I'm learning about so much shit today. That and I've forgotten so much shit.
Alright, well, my theory is that a lot of the artifacts are based around a lot of geology and geography.
Well, they have to be, because look how many of them are crystal-based.
Correct.
Or have gems implemented into them.
Yeah. So that makes more sense, because there's also crystals that store love in the Changeling Hive.
There's another one we forgot.
What's that?
The rocks from the, what the fuck is... Well, okay, are we considering Equestria Girl artifacts?
Well, yeah, that's still canon, so yeah.
Yeah, we've forgotten the Dazzle's, gems.
Oh, yeah!
We have forgotten the, what were they? We have forgotten the Equestrian Girl's Elements of Harmony, essentially.
Correct. And what about the watch that reset time every day?
I don't remember that one. What one is that in?
It was when the rock concert came out, and everybody tried to kept going to the same concert every single day. I don't remember that one.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It was Starlight. It was Sunset and Pinky, I think, were.
Yeah, that's the Dazzling one. I haven't seen that. We've forgotten the Everfree Forest.
Yeah, we'll get on that topic later on the Everfree Forest because that's
no, I mean like the Camp Everfree, because that had fucking numerous amounts of like artifacts.
Yeah,
we've forgotten the stone.
Yeah.
But
I have a theory on Camp Everfree, and I have a theory on Everfree Forest that they link together.
Okay,
later.
question: do we consider the early 6 tools as artifacts?
Yes. We'll consider them as artifacts until proven otherwise.
Okay, because we've also forgotten those then.
Yeah.
We've forgotten a lot of artifacts. Like, a lot.
Well,
when did Starlight get a crown? When did Starlight get a crown?
I forget.
Is that season 9?
I think so.
Fuck. Do I have to go watch season 9? I don't want to watch I don't want to.
I was telling you to watch season 9.
I don't want to!
I know you don't want to, but you gotta.
I don't want to! It means the end of an era. And it's so trash. The storyboarding is so trash for that season.
Just watch it, my dude. You haven't watched it yet, so you can't say shit.
I've seen enough.
You've seen bits and pieces. You haven't even watched.
No, I'm sorry. A cute picture of Luna and Celestia just pulled up.
Anywho,
Celestia. I'm sorry, but Celestia has cake face.
Hey.
When she's munching on cake.
Let's get back to the topic.
But cake face Celestia. You're so cute. Cake face Celestia.
Yeah, that is cute, but topic, please.
No, make me. Oh, yeah, here's the Alicorn amulet.
Yeah. Well, let's get back on topic.
I'm waiting for you.
Let's talk about the Everfree Forest.
Okay,
and the Everfree campus, because I feel like they're
Camp Everfree. You mean Everfree Forest and Camp Everfree?
Yeah, Camp Everfree and Everfree Forest.
Because they're essentially related.
Yeah, I feel like they're definitely related. Because there's so many artifacts at Camp Everfree.
And who knows? Actually, don't forget that the old sister's castle is in Everfree Forest.
Correct.
And
that's what I'm saying.
That is its own motherfucking thing. We need to talk about.
No. I got an entire theory on this, but hear me out.
That's scary. This is scary. No, this is scary. What I've found is scary.
Oh, well, hear me out on the theory, and please quit interrupting.
Make me.
The theory is that my theory is that the Everfree Forest.
Do potions count as artifacts?
Are both the same place in the different universes.
Oh yeah, well there's the same. There is no really debating that.
So many, artifacts. The artifacts mess with the geography of their land.
Mm-hmm. That's no doubt, because look at how Luna shifted and changed the entire Everfree while she was antagonizing the main 6 in the first 2 episodes. She is okay, I consider their crowns and like actual armor to be artifacts as well.
But they would be their own kind of thing.
Yeah,
You're on the game again.
My thing's fucking up again?
No, the game, on the game, you're asleep.
Oh. Whoops.
Yeah, you might want to move so that way you don't disappear again. Yeah, there you go.
I'm looking at art. I'm doing my research, damn it.
I know you are. But okay. So, my theory is the Everfree Forest and the Everfree campus are both the exact same place, but just in different realities.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like both of those artifacts in both of those places, because there's so many in both of those places, they basically transcend time and mess up both spots.
Just kind of like the, I don't know if we can technically consider it a artifact, but Twilight's magic finder from
It's more of science, really.
Yeah, but it kind of has to do with magic and elements and shit.
Well, yeah, the name Magic Finder, but well, it would be an artifact, kind of, but it wouldn't be an essential one because she made it.
Mm-hmm.
So the Magic Finder more or less just searches people who are using magic.
But by the same token, it is slightly an artifact.
Slightly, yeah. If it was given to a person in our world, we could definitely detect somebody who's actually using real magic.
Or say if it got transcended through the portal, it would be considered an artifact in Equestria.
Right.
So I guess it kind of depends on your definition of artifact.
To be fair, if it was considered an artifact, it would be one of those artifacts that you would get in a video game that's just like level 1.
Level 5, maybe.
Yeah. And that makes sense because it just detects magic and that's all it does. They don't really have anything...
Well, it also opens portals.
Well, yeah, but to be fair, doesn't it absorb the magic that it finds? A little bit of it?
I think so. Yeah.
Like a rechargeable battery.
Yeah, but in that sort of sense, it is more classified close to an actual artifact than not. Because...
Correct, yeah. Then that would make more sense because of the portal thing, and that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Well,
see, I'm smart. I'm smart, Pwn. I'm smart, Pwn. I know what I'm talking about.
Sometimes.
What happened to our table?
Oh, I was gonna replace it, but I forgot to do that.
I just come back, I'm like, where the fuck did our table go?
I forgot what kind of table
it was a small, like, dark wood one. Like this color. I'm
thinking dark wood, yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm thinking...
Like this color. It was this color. This color.
I know. Give me a second.
How long is this fucking stream going for? It's been a long one. Yeah, it's
been going for over about 3 hours, I think, now.
I think we're close to 4.
Close to 4. It's 3 hours and 29 minutes and 40 seconds.
Roughly.
Now, I'm going by the going call contact. Yeah, here's our table, by the way.
Yeah, fun. I'm thirsty, and I have nothing to drink.
You're out of water?
I didn't have water, I had Dr. Pepper.
Oh, lol.
Hey, Dr. Pepper is good, man. Sorry, Dr. Hoofer. Dr. Hoofer.
Lol.
I don't know. I'm so tired. So, what is the topic we were on or talking about? Or artifacts? That's it. Artifacts. Oh, Everfree. Manicore.
Yeah, we were talking about the Everfree Forest and how it could be related to Everfree Campus.
Yeah, we've already... Camp Everfree.
Yeah. I'm assuming they're both related because
they're the same. They're essentially the same place. One has just been dormant for years and years and years, and one is still active.
Correct.
But that's also because the artifacts weren't discovered, I think, till just barely in Camp Everfree.
I have a theory on that. Like this ties into the theory of the alicorns being teleported to this area by the elders of Celestia and Luna, their parents, into this world. And my theory is that the artifacts in the Equestrian Girls universe were made by the alicorns of old,
that got transported.
About
Yeah, because they
ago.
don't have the same, like, actual power as the normal ones do.
Correct.
The normal ones are stupid powerful.
Mm-hmm.
The ones in the actual, like, the ones that they use in the movie or in shows and so on are minuscule in power compared to the originals.
Correct, and I feel like those artifacts were made for the alicorns in order to like feel adequate with magic without magic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they don't have magic there, huh?
Correct. You figured that out.
Well,
yeah.
That one's debatable.
Why they get magic though? That's the point. Okay.
But that being said, the Dazzlings didn't really use their artifacts to give them magic.
Yeah.
They just use their power. They use their actual magic inside of them to draw energy out from others, and to the amulet essentially just made them stronger.
No, hear me out. I gotta say this. Hear me out. The alicorns of old, who were teleported to this world, disrupted the world, and anyone who wields magic in this world is a descendant from those alicorns.
Okay, how do you explain the
except for people who are already from Equestria.
Okay.
That's my theory. Yeah.
Okay.
Except for the people who are already from Equestria.
You had to throw that extra little bit in there, or shit was gonna get whack.
Yeah. No, that's my theory. That's my theory. Anyone who uses magic that's not from
like
Equestria,
say like that dimension's elemental harmony.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Because Luna, Cadence.
Have to be somewhat descendants
Yeah,
of these alicorns.
Luna, Cadence, Celestia don't have magic.
Correct. Celestia in this universe, I think, does.
Not in the Equestria Girls universe.
No. But the main six do in this universe.
Yes,
Now,
because
obviously, because they're the main six, the main characters, but the theory still stands
that they are most likely descendants. Yeah. Also, what did we ever learn about like Skrull's parents or shit?
Oh yeah, there was an entire 2 episodes for that.
What season?
I think season 9 popped in for it.
Fucking damn it! I don't want to.
You gotta watch it. There's a lot of important shit in season 9.
I don't want to.
You gotta.
I don't want to though.
Gotta.
All right. So we've discussed the Everfree a little bit.
We've discovered the Everfree campus a little bit, and the existence of.
We gotta leave some shit. We gotta leave some shit for other episodes.
Yeah, other times. Yeah, but let's finish this one, and we'll finish the podcast.
No, the Everfree one.
Yeah, the Everfree one, and the Alicorn ones of the Alicorn world. Now, the reason I say these the Alicorn amulet, the Alicorn artifacts of Equestria girls are from Equestria is because my theory of Equestrian
or they could at least be replicated, like reproduced, or tried to be reproduced.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I believe that because their physiology was changed to humanoid, they lost their magic, but they kept some of their artifacts and stuff and magical items, and that's how those artifacts exist in this universe.
I can see that.
And some of them figured out how to use magic, and then they taught them to their kids or somewhat, and they kind of just kept the chain going until it slowly disappeared. Because if you remember correctly, the Celestia and Luna in this universe are actually about 30 or 40 years old.
Roughly. They're MILFs. They're MILFs, yeah.
Yeah, they're very young. So that means that they would be about the same age as a regular average pony in Equestria. Now, it means because that makes sense that these characters in the Equestria Girls universe had the exact same age as us humans in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that the ancestors of like the mother and father and the people that the mother and father of Celestia and Luna in the Equestrian universe were thousands and thousands of years old, but the Luna and Celestia of Equestria Girls are about 30 or 40 years old, means that the ancestors of thousands of years ago that transferred into the Equestria Girls universe are like us to like Egypt and stuff like that here, in a way.
So, okay.
Okay,
I have another question on your theory.
No one knows.
I have another question on your theory.
Mm-hmm.
Did the alicorns of old, and so on and so forth, did they create civilization, or was civilization and society already a thing?
Well, by theory standards, thousands of years ago, society was already around, and if I can remember correctly, Equestria Girls is kind of based around like a society in New York or somewhere around those kind of parts and areas. Now,
a very metropolitan area.
Yeah, a very metropolitan area. And those areas have been around for a good while, and if, by theory standards, I feel like maybe some of the alicorns would have done, like, integrated into society, while some of the other ones would have just tried to create their own societies. Because remember, Alicorn War, a lot of the Alicorns didn't agree with each other. That's the main point of the Alicorn War. A lot of them didn't agree with each other.
That, and look how shady what's her face is from fuck. The Crystal School.
Yeah.
This is just going off of a batshit random like idea. She could be essentially part of that kind of one of those societies that kept like kind of out of the reach of others.
Yeah, and it's more likely that she might be a descendant of the Alicorn individuals.
Yeah, I can see that.
It would make sense. And that's my theory is a lot of the evil or Alicorns that got trapped here. All of the evil individuals you see, or some of the evil individuals who have magic in this world, were descendants by those evil Alicorns. You're asleep again.
Oh, well, I'm asleep in real life too. Oh. When did we start?
3 hours and 39 minutes ago.
Jesus fuck. Well, I mean, it is a long one, and we have to be there for the long ones.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, that's my theory on the magics in Equestria Girls.
Yeah. It makes sense. Enough to the point, where I'm not going to argue it.
Yeah. See, that's why like some theories are really, really sound, and this one's just my theory. But I'm sad that no one ever thought of that. Because that theory, it would help. Why? No one asked the big question of why the hell is there magic in Equestria Girls? They just said, because Hasbro wanted magic in there. No, I feel like because it ties into the Alicorn War. Because the Alicorn War, you hear, in the comics, you hear that people were, banished and shit like that, and stuff like that. And Celestia and Luna learned banishment techniques and stuff, because Celestia banished her sister to the moon and banished, Sunset into that universe by the mirror. And that's putting it mildly, that the fact that remains that means that a lot more, if Sunset was banished to that planet, in that universe, in that reality, that means more have to been banished into the other reality.
That, and who knows how many different dimensions and shit there are.
Correct. And we know for a fact that people can be banished to basically anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Hell, they could have been banished to Earth.
True. And I feel like the creators were going off theories of real Earth theories that people in the world like Merlin the Great and people like who breathe fire and stuff are real magic users, and I feel like that's the basis theory on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
They came from another world or came from somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the theory.
Too bad we're yeah. What time is it?
5:35 at my time. It's
Three.
probably 3:35 at your time.
It is 3:36. Oh, well, you feel happy with the amount of shit we've covered?
Yeah, I guess. Let's finish this off with the final kicker here, and that is because of all those artifacts and stuff that were discovered. But I feel like some of them, most of them actually, are artifacts that don't exist in Equestria, and same thing with Equestria, that all the artifacts that's in Equestria don't exist in the Equestria Girls Unit.
Yeah, because they had to be they were produced at different times.
Correct. And like my theory stands that because the Alicorns were banished there thousands of years ago, and because that was thousands of years ago, it would make sense that they don't exist anymore in that world. But the remnants of their existence does, like their artifacts and their offspring.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Or in some of their teachings, too. That would also make sense.
Yeah. Jesus fuck. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. And I feel like there would be like 6 good ones, and I feel like that would make sense that some of the Alicorns that were banished there went there willingly, like the parents of Luna and Celestia. That's also part of my theory, and I feel like some of them had offspring in order to teach those offspring how to protect themselves from the evil offspring.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's been going on for thousands of years in the humanoid version of the Equestria Girls.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me.
Because it would make sense that, because like you see some people don't panic in the Equestria Girls universe.
Like Celestia or Luna.
Correct. That means they must be descendants, but they must be powerless descendants. They know what happened, and they know what that is.
Or at least they know of magic.
Correct. That would mean that it's somewhat normalized in the universe to certain people.
Am
I making you fall asleep?
Maybe, maybe not. I'm not gonna answer. You caught me on a yawn, so it kind of made me seem like a dick. But no, I love theories and shit like that. So no, I'm just like on Twitter and shit.
Okay, but yeah, that's the main kicker there, and that would make sense in all honesty. Yeah, I just wish more people would, like, who do theories would point that out. If they do a theory on that, they should point that out more often.
Well, it's not one that everyone really thinks about when they're going through.
True, but if for the average theorizer, I feel like some people would do that. But
hey, look at me! I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it until you brought it up.
Yeah, I think we're the first person to do that.
Or at least pretty close.
Yeah.
Well, that is pretty much that for the theories, I would say, wouldn't you?
Agreed.
All right, now to move on. Now to move on. We're moving on. We're moving on. So, Mr. Allen, the generous Draconequus.
Yes.
We need to have interviews and shit like that.
Do you wish to interview me?
Not today, because we've wasted all of our time on theories.
Alright, yeah, true. Don't get me wrong, true, that's true.
All of our time on theories. But I would eventually like to interview you, probably next time or a time after that. But who would you like to? Who do you think that we should try and reach out to? Tutu, Jacob Tutu was a decent show. Who do you think we should try and reach out to, and have on the show?
I feel like we should have someone that is from another fandom. We should interview someone from another fandom.
Like the furry fandom?
Furry fandom, anime fandom.
Oh no.
Brony fandom, who knows?
Oh no. You're pushing some envelopes.
The most of those other fandoms still are nice people, because I'm in all of those fandoms. And the thing is,
am I.
It depends on where you go. It depends on where you go.
I know, but just you're pushing the envelope with the furry one.
You sure? I mean, furries and bronies are relatively similar.
You're pushing the envelope there, sir. Some people would heavily disagree.
Hey. All I'm gonna say is, we're relatively similar because of these three reasons. 1, we love cartoon anthropomorphic characters that we can relate to. 2, we both sometimes dress up as said characters or make OCs of said characters.
Or
and
dress
3,
up in girl clothes and fuck animals.
We can be lovingly infatuated with certain characters. Mm-hmm. Am I wrong?
I'm just gonna leave that topic alone, because I know how big of a can of worms that is.
But yeah, that's the only 3.
Okay, well, we also need to. Okay. My original idea for this was to bring other people from the fandom into this and see their points of view as compared to ours. Like, how do they feel about it? Like, who would you want to see? Would you rather see art? Like, for the next time, who would you rather see? An artist, a songwriter / musician, animator, or I don't know, any fucking other thing?
A storyboard artist.
Storyboard artist. All right.
Like,
who?
Someone who writes stories and fan fictions. So a writer, basically.
Like, okay. I know who I want to reach out to, but I don't know if he'll respond.
Oh, that's all up to you. We'll see it on next time.
If not, I'll just do it, because I do that shit.
Exactly. And then I can ask you all sorts of questions.
Yes, you can ask me questions. But I think that is it. Also, for those who are actually like care about the interviews and shit, I am looking into hiring a group of musicians to do a song for just to run in the entirety of the back and to be an intro for the podcast, and maybe an intro for the stream. So, yeah, that's what I'm trying to work on. Also, Alan is doing smart for us, aren't you, Alan?
Mm-hmm.
When he has time.
That is true.
Hopefully we will have new live stream art, and hopefully we will have new podcast art. I at least know me and him are making some art of us doing random shit. So yeah, that'll be sometime next time. And I don't think that we're gonna live stream next one. I think we're just gonna record it, because that's gonna make it easier for me to like implement shit, like in post editing, so that way like I don't have to go live look up shit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, well, you should.
Overall, how did you like being on the podcast?
It was great. I had a great time. I had a great time asking questions and also answering theories and stuff.
And not looking at the chat for once.
Oh yeah, for sure. I am. I'm kind of. If you haven't been on his gaming channel, you should. But basically, long story short, I don't pay attention to the game chat, and I'm glad I didn't have to.
Same. We don't pay attention to the game chat. We just kind of dick around and do our own thing.
Yeah.
But I'm Blazing Beats, and this is he is Alicorn. He is an Alicorn now. Make an Alicorn OC.
I'm not no Chris, but I'm Alen the Draconequus. Thank you for making me be here.
You're welcome. Alen is pretty much my new co-host for Brony Down the Street podcast and most of my streams. So if you see me, you will most likely hear his annoying voice.
And if you see me, you might more than likely hear his annoying voice as well.
Oh, Alen. Oh, Alen, you wound me so, Alen.
Like that.
But yeah, this has been Brony Down the Street podcast. We'll see you next time. I hope you all had a good day. I'm tired as fuck, and Alan's probably hungry.
Yeah, I had me a few snacks. I'm good.
Snackos.
Yeah.
Me and him will probably dick around a little bit more, and I don't know, do something. But
yeah.
On that note, we'll see ya. I'm gonna go turn off everything. So your mom's gay. That is the note I am ending on. Is your mom is gay.
Hey.
If she is, cool. If not, I'm sorry. Deal with my annoying humor. Oh wait, I can do that from browser, can I? I can end the stream from the browser.
Yeah.
Bye, YouTube. We'll see you next time. Yes, end stream. End stream. Alright, we're still live on Twitch.